Welcome back to the 2023 World Series of Poker. It is time for day 2, ABC. Yes, a combination of the first 3 starting flights of the greatest poker tournament of the year. My name is Remco Rinkema. Joining me today, professional funny man and aspirational poker player, Mr. Ben Ludlow in the mix. And we have none other than Doug Polk on our feature table. He takes 281,000 chips into play here on day 2. It's going to be one heck of a ride because going forward, starting now, you don't have to miss another minute of action from the main event. We're going to start off today, and yes, it might get a little bit complicated, but we're going to start off on our horseshoe table for roughly the first 2 levels, and then our main set action is going to kick off. We have multiple feature tables. We have Lama Karen and Maria Ho in the mix. It's going to be amazing. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube today, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to do some giveaways. If you're on PokerGO, I love you even more. It's going to be one hell of a day. Ben, you're here, which means you're not there.
I'm here, which means I'm not there, correct. You know, I sacrificed my stack to be here today. They said they needed a real professional in the booth, so I said, all right, I'll bust day 1, help out my favorite Dutch cyclist, Remco.
I absolutely love it. We get to see Doug Polk here for the start of day 2. He had an absolute incredible day 1, sitting on 352 big blinds. For someone like Doug, Ben, this must be a dream scenario, a big stack in the main, playing against, you know, players that largely are not professionals, and a chance to build up a stack and potentially make a really deep run.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Doug knows how to play a big stack as well as anyone. I will say the other most accomplished player at the table, Aditya Prasetyo, is on his direct left, which, you know, Aditya has plenty of chips. He'll be able to kind of fight back against Doug, but that should slow down Doug a little bit, but probably not that much, let's be honest.
Yeah, and of course, the stacks are so deep, which also means that you get to play post-flop a lot. Doug Polk, of course, well-studied, lots of experience in heads-up play. I think once upon a time, perhaps the best heads-up online player. Now he is a father, a business owner, you know, probably would love to call himself a recreational player.
A Twitter instigator, all sorts of things, this guy, Doug Polk. But yeah, world-class poker player, has not lost a beat in that sense. He's still playing some of the biggest cash games at his own club on PokerGo. So yeah, it should be really fun. I'm really excited to see if he can parlay this huge stack into a huger stack.
Action here on Pustina, raising the small blind. Liang, 3-betting from the big, and first blood drawn by the gentleman in the 2 seat.
Love it. Not letting them get away with it.
Yeah, and it's funny. We've done 4 days straight of coverage of the main event on day 1, and every single day we had such a different flavor. Some tables were super nitty. Some tables had one crazy aggressive guy. Last night, everyone tried to bluff everyone. Lots of 4-bets, lots of crazy action. Phil Hamilton in the mix. Of course, he blew his lid on one of the final hands of the night. What has your experience been in the main this year and prior years? Do you sort of see that as well, where there's a huge variety in the tables?
Yeah, I've had this debate over and over with people on what's the best starting day, right? Is it 1A where you're going to have sort of like, I don't know, maybe the most professionals, who knows? Is it 1D where you're going to have the most people? I honestly think it's just totally random on how your table draw is. I mean, I played on July 4th, and I was looking around at the field, and I said, oh my God, I made a great decision. And then I sat down, and it was Dietrich Faust, Max Steinberg, and Brian Kim in a row on my left, and I was like, ah, damn it. Like, so honestly, it's totally random, right? Like any poker tournament. But yeah, I've had some experiences where I've had great day 1 tables, and no one's afraid to, you know, everyone's afraid to 3-bet. You only see 3-bets with premiums. And then I had, you know, my July 4th starting table where Brian Kim was deciding to battle with everyone at the table. So yeah,
these stakes were totally irrelevant compared to what's happening, you know. Yeah. Like I'm like, I never made it that far. Same. But like, come in, I'm like, okay, I have a good day 1, got a bunch of chips. It's like, in 3 days, this is going to be like an incredibly short stack. It just changes so fast. Yeah.
It's funny how Doug says it changes so fast after playing 3 more days. It sort of goes to show how big his stack is, because if he makes day 5 with this stack, he will still have a chance.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think it's, we talk about surviving day 1. You can't win the tournament if you don't make day 2 the main event, but you can give yourself a really easy day 2, 3, 4, 5 if you bag 280K on day 1. I mean, barring some ridiculous cooler, I think we're going to see Doug have a nice day here.
Very close.
Of course, the beginning stages of this event, probably all the way until day 5, plays very much like a cash game. That's when the stacks get a little bit shallower, but still, even heading into the final table, we saw this last year, there were multiple 100 big blind plus stacks at the table. It's just such a different event, and coming into this, especially as a recreational player, you're used to playing, you know, the Colossus or 1K events or very fast satellites. It is such an incredible change of pace, and you're presented with so many more opportunities to make mistakes.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the biggest things we see is that, you know, you lose half your stack on day 1 and you come into day 2 with 25 and it's like, oh my god. Even if you realize that it's still 30, 40 big blinds, I think a lot of people just kind of panic and they don't realize, you know, we had a guy on our day 1 table who was down to 20K early and just kind of panic and 6x shove flop with the flush draw, and I was like, man, just a reminder, you had 80 bigs there. You didn't need to do that. But yeah, I think it still does give a great opportunity to play a lot more post-flop. You know, it's great for recreationals because they want to play hands, and this allows them to play a ton of hands.
Got some three-way action here. King, queen, 8 on the flop, 2 diamonds. Liang flops a flush draw in position. Opening the straight draw for Gonzalez. And a little bit of something there as well for Hollenberg with the gut shot and backdoor diamonds.
Yeah, he's got the nut flush blocker there.
Okay.
A little something for everybody.
Yeah, that's good then.
Surprised to see Gonzalez just lead out, though.
I did one of those when I was like 19 years old. You know, me and a buddy, we like went across the country and went to all these cities and stuff.
Hollenberg comes along with the call, and of course Liang for sure going to see the turn card here.
LA, Vegas, then right back to North Carolina.
Turn card 3 of diamonds. This is getting spicier by the card.
So Liang's got his flush. Hollenberg now has the nut flush draw. And Gonzalez, okay, I was going to say he might still be betting. We'll see, but no. Slowing down now on that third diamond.
Well, really what you do is you see where you can get in without an ID.
Or get a fake ID.
Yeah, that's hard though, yeah.
If you're Hollenberg here, of course, you have tons of outs, but you would love to go to the river free of charge.
For sure.
If you're Liang, you got to charge pretty significantly here, given the fact you're three-handed, and you do not have the nut flush.
At least it's an economically viable plan.
A third pot here, Ben, maybe a little small?
Goes in the smaller size. I mean, this is going to work against Gonzalez, I'd think. But yeah, I mean, obviously he's really not worried about too much besides just that bad, you know, fourth diamond river. I would have expected him to go a bit bigger.
Someone?
Please.
Please.
Hollenberg makes the call to go heads up to the river. Significant pot here at the start of play. 3 of hearts pairs the board. Nothing there for Hollenberg. Liang with the best of it.
They're going to come on time, same as the tournament starts. So they're going to come here when it's going to be 5 minutes until break.
I trust the process.
Hollenberg does have an interesting opportunity here. Does he want to check raise bluff this one? Doesn't look like it.
No, body language signaling immediately that he had no interest in getting creative here, as Liang picks up a nice pot here at the start of play. If you're with us in the chat, please let us know where you're watching from. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button if you're seeing us on YouTube. If you are on a PokerGo, we're going to do some merch giveaways today, so stay tuned for that.
The rail is low.
No Gamble, No Future merch?
I mean, I guess that stuff's all sold out at this point.
Really?
Got to talk to my
wow.
my head of the shop, Mr. Patrick Knight, who also made day 2 of the main, by the way.
I saw him out there in the field as I walked in.
Yeah, working on it.
Looked like he still had some chips.
I'm way ahead of you. I've already lobbied twice.
All right.
But it's good to know I've got some support in the wings.
Not only is Doug Polk very comfortable in this
Appreciate
setting, also he has the type of personality that can really, liven things up a little bit, make things a bit more, sort of bring the adrenaline level down a little bit for the players at the table.
Yeah, I think he is very talkative at the table. He's going to want to get involved with everyone, make everyone feel like they're his best friend, and take advantage of that. He's also, a genuine-ish guy.
You're saying he's two-faced?
No, I would never say that. You said that.
Polk here raising it up from the small blind.
I really like this shirt that Hollenberg's got. I want to pan back to that. Something I would wear.
Prosecco calling from the big blind. We got clubs on clubs. But the flop brings Jack, Deuce, 7 with 2 diamonds.
Clubs on clubs. Sounded like us in Vegas 12 years ago.
Oh man, don't remind me. I just got a sharp pain in my head.
Yeah.
Thinking back of that. Action on Polk into the small blind with top pair.
Check, check. Oh, wow. That ace of spades face up in the deck?
Wait, it was. I thought it was face up.
Yeah, facing up.
Wow. I think that's a box card. I think it's going to be shuffled back in, I think.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Ace of spades, too. It's like a magic trick.
All right, everybody check their sleeves.
Yeah.
Can you grab the 4? Thank you.
I'm pretty sure they shuffle it back in, but, you know.
Of course,
Yeah, we'd like
the
some
floor
drinks.
staff.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll spit it out.
Yeah, just complete box card. Take a spade. Next box, stop.
Oh, not shuffled back in. Okay, just gone.
All right, so learn something today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guessed, and I was wrong. I wanted to sound like I knew what I was talking about.
Well, you had a 50-50 chance. Of
Yeah,
getting it
yeah,
right.
for sure. All right, Prosecco now with the gutter. Oh, he had one.
River card bring in the 9 of diamonds. Now Prosecco with a pair of 9s. Let's see if Polk just wants to get the showdown here. 4th diamond as well on the board. Perhaps a bit of a block bet here.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit of a block bet designed to get the showdown. And just kind of get some auto folds from some of those hands that have no diamonds, have 0 showdown.
Conspiracy theories already brewing in the chat. I love you guys. The internet never disappoints.
What do we got?
The
ace of spades?
fact that it was the ace of
Oh,
spades,
yeah.
of course, creating lots of controversy.
For sure. I'm very pro conspiracy theory, so give me your best ones. I'm surprised to see him thinking, okay, yeah,
That was really
gives it
weird.
up.
It's good we got the 4 though because she was gonna say
Yes, please.
natural. It was
I'll take double espresso and 2 boulders. Sorry?
I think that's the right ruling.
You don't have espresso?
Can I get? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
go
of course he
ahead,
thinks
boss.
it's the right rule, and the
So
ace
I'll
of
take
spades is,
sugar-free Red Bull
in
and
theory, not a
2
great card for him.
Desperate for caffeine over here. Oh yeah, I'm the button. Good call.
Do you have any change?
So yeah, back to that ruling. What I love about Andy, who just showed up to make the ruling, is that it was
I got you,
clear,
boss. I got you,
decisive,
I got you.
box card, new turn card. You know, no discussion, no argument.
Yeah.
You know, he knows the rules. Andy's
Welcome
a
to
super
Austin,
experienced
then.
floorman. Goes back many
Thanks,
years.
Henrik.
And you know,
There we
sometimes
go.
in poker tournaments,
No,
strange
please,
stuff
we wanna make
happens.
this like-
And
Sorry.
you know,
I'll take a
how many
giant
times has
Red Bull
Andy
and
seen
the
this
water.
spot in his career?
And this
Maybe
is
only
pretty
once or
impressive.
twice, but he knows exactly what to do.
For sure, for sure. These floor guys here who, especially the ones that are doing
Get this
feature
man, get
tables,
this man a
are
beer.
the absolute best in the business. And with no limit hold'em,
You're wearing your
luckily
unfinished business
doesn't
shirt,
present
huh,
too many
Patches?
issues. When you get into the stud games, the mixed games, that's when you start to see some really crazy stuff that can, you know, have some differentiated rulings. Shout out Matt Savage.
Marisa in our PokerGo chat is saying that people can still enter until noon on Saturday, end of level 7. It's really crazy. The record has already been broken. We're already on our way to 10,000 players in the main event. But I saw quite a
see
few
that, but it
tweets
was
last
very
night about
close.
people flying in to start on day 2. It's kind of nuts.
I think it's actually later than noon on Saturday, because if it starts day 2, noon on Saturday, then it'll be like 5 p.m.
You heard
on
right.
day 2D, in theory.
I didn't see the
So,
cards.
yeah,
but
we
it was
very much have it split at 10,000 people. What are we at right now? 90?
You covered it on the
100?
left, but the right side was open.
I haven't heard any sort of actual numbers, but I'm just going to go out and assume that we're going to hit 10K. That's
Yeah,
what I'm going to
yeah,
assume.
yeah. I had a bet with someone that, and
I
we
told someone
kind of
that
auctioned
day
the
one
number
where I did
until we
see the
found a
cards,
stopping point, and I have
and the person got
10,055
really pissed
Oh,
off,
nice.
and I
over.
was like,
I
okay.
like my side at this point.
Trying to do
But yeah,
what
I would
I'm
love
expecting
to,
do, you know?
once we get some info on how many people have entered today so far. I'm very curious. I assume most of the day 2 entries will be tomorrow, but I assume there will be some today as well.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's an interesting decision. I mean, honestly, here I am in the booth out. I could have waited until today or tomorrow to enter and add plenty of chips. I think there's going to be a lot of players that makes a lot of sense to wait. But, you know, who wants to skip day 1 at the main? Best day of the year.
Yeah, you could bust 5 days before the final people enter the tournament.
It's wild.
Three-way action here, 8,000 in the middle. Checked to Polk here on the turn.
Set you with the world.
River brings the queen of diamonds, double paired board. Doug's ace will play.
Wow. Yeah, now it's a tough spot, tougher spot to bluff. We'll see.
The earlier ace of spades, now in Doug Polk's hand. I'm not sure what that means, but there has to be some meaning behind
Has to be
that.
something, yeah. And with this small of a sizing, I would expect Doug to find a call pretty good bluff catch spot here. I mean,
Oh, I don't want to raise this.
ace is going to be good a lot of the time.
Very fair price.
Yeah.
A little too fair. Like a little less fair of a price.
Yeah, people
All
love
right,
to
I
do
call.
these very small bets as bluffs because it looks like they're trying to go for pure value.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
of
yeah.
course, Doug quickly realizing that his hand is way too strong to fold there. No chips went into the pot post-flop.
Wow.
Or sorry, like turn and river.
Well, I checked
Yep.
the flop.
And Persetio
Wish I would played my jack.
taking a
5
stab.
now.
Don't you hate it when you miss the, well, the straight and
Playing
flush
your jack
draws?
5, you said?
I said I wish I would have.
You would've had a
but-
full
but I-
house.
But I continue to do that, and I'm walking out the door. So.
They'll be running out the door.
That's a lesson you learn early in poker.
Absolutely.
I folded a hand. I should have folded, and then the flop would have hit it. Yep, that's poker.
Absolutely. You gotta love to hate it.
Yeah, keep track of how many times we see the ace of spades in Doug Polk's hand. Clearly there's something amiss.
And I mean, the question becomes also how many ace of spades are there
That's
in the deck?
true. That's true. I've only seen one so far, but for some reason in every tournament I think I'm going to get dealt like the king of spades, you know, like that there's something going on.
My favorite thing that I used to say when I started out playing poker when I was all in drawn dead is like, well, there could still come a joker on the
That's
river.
right, that's right. You have the 6 of hearts in your hand. Well, if the 6 of hearts comes on the river, it's a chop, guys, so I'm not getting up yet.
Much love to everyone tuned in to the main event. Day 2 ABC now underway. Day 2D tomorrow. Already heard that tomorrow is table draw, and of course, hopefully we can show that. Nicholas Rigby and Phil Hellmuth at the same
saw
table.
That. So exciting. Rigby, who he bagged the overall chip lead, right?
Yeah, over 400K.
That's
I see no
insane.
scenario I'm wearing a Boston.
Almost
unfinished
7
business
starting
for.
stacks on day 1 is wild. I mean, you have to play a mixture of extremely aggressive and run incredible. So
You were
that
hoping.
should be fun.
What's up?
I
Yes.
don't even know. Do Hellmuth and Rigby have any dynamic? I mean, he might just.
Brad Begg.
There might just be clashing horns tomorrow.
I can already tell you that Rigby is going to go after
Begg. I'm like, what are you
Hellmuth, and
begging
it's going to
for?
be phenomenal.
Can't wait. Yeah, Hellmuth almost made it the entire day without a blow up yesterday.
Almost.
Almost. I mean, I still feel
guess
bad
you
for
gotta
that
root
poor
for
guy who folded those kings.
I mean, I would
Nice,
read
man.
the transcript of what Hellmuth said, but then
Yeah.
he would have gotten demonetized. on
right.
YouTube.
That's
I love the guy
definitely
folded
true. I
those
went
kings
to a
down.
wedding
He's like,
started
yep,
on
I
that
get
one.
it, man. I would have done that
I
too.
went to a bar in this like really podunk town. It was the most redneck thing I've seen in my entire life. It was a small little town. They had like 3 or 4 cardboard cutouts of NASCAR drivers at the bar. Like, I don't know, local heroes.
Shout out
Some
NASCAR.
woman was in there with no shoes on. I'm like, oh, this is a thing? Like, what are we doing here? And then for your drinks, beer only, and do you want domestic or import? And import was like Heineken. I'm like, I guess I'll take a Kurz. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it was a good time.
I do appreciate the proper pronunciation of Kurz.
Is that how you say it?
No, but, you know, if you're cool, that's how you say it. Some Kurz Light.
Sounds like my hometown.
Jack 10 suited, the short deck
It was
nuts
an
here.
experience.
Jack 10 suited a premium holding, especially in an event like this,
Yep. Takes
where the
it down.
stacks are deep and he just picks up the blinds and antes.
Oh, man.
I know. See,
Good
he
hand.
was sad he didn't get to see a flop.
Jack 10 of clubs.
And Doug approaching 300K already. I said approaching. I meant approaching 300K already.
Don't worry, Ben. Don't worry, Ben. I'll pull you through this.
Oh, thanks, man.
What am I doing? Let's not pay people too much. Okay. And then
Good problems to have. Too many chips. Can't stack them all. Must be
Yeah,
nice.
day 2 is definitely the day where we see some big stacks emerging, and I'm talking physical chips. Polk, of course, has a lot of those green 25K chips, which is really a shame.
If you like
I
a
know
beer,
Matt
you can
Savage
travel to
hates
Europe.
this when I say this,
like
but
them,
more
yeah.
chips
America
are
has
definitely
fun
better.
stuff.
Definitely, especially in the main. I mean,
Think about that.
watching back some of those 07, 08 main event stacks where people just had like 500 can yellows, you couldn't even see them behind the stack of
I'm not
chips.
saying it, but stacks in
Those
general,
were the
like
days.
definitely you can find decent beer from local places.
But they adjusted last year. I feel like there were some really good stacks later on in the main last year. They got the
There's some
message.
microbreweries that have good
Let the
stuff.
people
Like
build
in
the
Austin,
castles.
one of my favorite beers is called Live Oak Hefeweizen. It's like just like a German wheat beer, but it's an Austin beer company, Live Oak, and that's like one of my favorites. It's a really good beer. But obviously, in
Talking
general,
about
the
Austin
quality
here,
is really
owns
higher
the large
in
card
Europe.
club in Round Rock, I think, just outside
All the
Austin.
Belgian stuff's especially good.
Czech as well.
Sorry,
Czech Republic as well.
which ones are good in Czech?
I would say the most famous is like Pilsner. It's
Ochre with the
called
8-6 off here.
Did they
Love
start the
it.
Pilsner? Are they the Pilsner?
I'm not sure
Getting out of
about
line.
that. They're running multiple lawsuits. But yeah, it's called Pilsner Urquell. It's the most famous Czech beer.
Okay.
Oh, it's in the big blind. Got burned earlier by folding a hand that would have become a full house. He even mentioned the fact I should have called, but then again, he finds the fold here with Jack 8 suited, which of course, you know, always looks tempting, but to a race in the 3-bet, that's going into the muck.
Listen, having a good deck read on what's going to come on the flop
travel
is an
more and
underrated
more east,
skill.
you kind of
Okay,
like
I'm
switch
looking
in
for coaching if you've
beer
got
and
deck
wine
read
for,
coaching
like,
or all-in coaching.
Tougher things.
Well, I mean,
more
wow.
vodka,
You're gonna find the best possible coach in about 10 days' time.
Yeah.
The person who wins this tournament is going to run
Very,
really
very
pure.
And the 8-6 off, not a call here against the 3-bet, but when you're getting such a good price from the small blinds, you got to peel any two.
Okra in position with 8-6 offsuit. Def John is going to continue here with ace-king.
Yeah, almost half pot lead here, should get it done. Although Head hasn't gotten it done yet. All right, there it goes. Speaking of 8-6, man, I flopped a straight with 8-6 in the main this year and did not win. So, you know.
Never play that hand again.
No, yeah, exactly. Don't worry, I'll tell all my bad beat stories by the time the broadcast is done.
The show is,
We think we have just enough time for all of them.
the show is not that long, man.
Yeah.
People always give me crap
Wondering if
for
it's
making
processing
fun of
it.
things in America because I'm a foreigner. But I just want
You
to
are?
point,
What?
I want to point something out here.
I feel like,
Vlastimil
That's
Pustina from the
certainly
Czech
true.
Republic in seat number 1 was just making a comment about the beer not being so good in the USA.
Thank you.
The USA has the best microbrewery culture of any country in the world. So, Mr. Pustina, you're not well traveled in the US. Vegas alone has probably added about 15 microbreweries in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, come on,
And,
Vlasty, educate yourself.
And the West Coast, of course, is the IPA capital of the world.
Listen, I do love a Heineken, though.
I don't, but that's your opinion, man. That's fine.
That's like your opinion, man.
I feel like everyone who always says that I should be, more positive about America should probably write this down, make a note.
I noted it. I'm love to hear it.
I mean, I'm trying to get you on my side here.
I'm on your side always, Remco. Speaking of which, love the blonde hair.
There you go.
Truly, though.
Blonde hair to make me feel younger.
Yeah, it's good.
Polk raising it up with Jack 10 offsuit. Action folds to Pustina in the big blind. He's going to call with 7-5 suited.
Yep.
On the short stack, only 31 big blinds. Let's see if he can find something creative here on the flop.
Nine of diamonds looked like a great card at first. Catches the bottom end. I assume we'll continue here, but you don't love it being on the bottom end of the straight draw here. But backdoor diamonds as well. Certainly some possibilities. But Doug, top pair, open-ender, the dream.
Yeah, perfect flop for Doug Polk to continue on. Pustina probably got his hopes up seeing the 9 of diamonds.
Pustina maybe thinking about getting tricky here. No, just makes the call.
Yeah, Pustina with the bad end of the straight here. 6 of diamonds on the turn. Gin card for
Wow.
him.
Okay. He was asking for the card in his head, and that was it, for sure.
That is literally the top card in the deck for his hand.
Yep.
Now, with 20K in front of him, twice the size of the pot, this is going to be very interesting.
Ooh, goes with a really small lead. Interesting here. Designed to certainly look like he's trying to see a cheap river, but as we know, he's got not the nuts, but close to it, and a redraw to the straight flush. But just going to get a call. Oh, yep, just going to get a call almost every time.
River card
Wow.
is the 8 of diamonds, and a straight flush has been created by Pustina.
I got to count this. I'm at 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, straight flush.
Straight flush,
Wow.
indeed.
You ever do that under the table if you're making sure you have a straight, like 5, 6? I do it all the time.
Especially the final level of the night when you're
Yeah.
getting a little bit tired. But yeah, Pustina here, 18K in front of him, 13-8 in the middle. Tough to find a good bet size here,
Yeah.
potentially. Speaking of deck reads,
at this point, trying to get called by a 10 and will, most likely. I don't know.
the fact that Pustina called from the blinds, must make Doug think that a lot of these cards connect with that range.
Yeah, for sure, and especially after going that small blocker size on the turn lead, this is obviously an amazing card for all the flushes that are going to do that. Obviously, he may have some 8x when he does that, but Doug not feeling great about this. But top pair, man. Top pair's good. Love top pair.
Yeah, and honestly, the line that Pustina took is going to give Doug a whole lot more thought, or a lot more thinking to process. But
Trying to think about what he can beat
Weird
here,
spot.
which honestly isn't much. Like, would a 9 do this? Probably not.
Fold.
Yeah, good fold.
show it.
Wow.
Oh man.
I promise you, if I make a straight flush the table, everybody's going to see it.
Yeah. All right, so straight flush for Pustina wins some chips, but not as many as he had hoped for. Still the short stack at our table.
Ooh. Didn't have a jack, aka blocking the best bluffing possibilities there.
Hey, Jack.
Jack sucks.
Jack sucks.
Jack sucks. Announced.
Well done by Doug, getting rid of his pair of 10s there. Pustina has a cash in the main event already, finished 218th back in 2019.
Yeah, chat going nuts. They didn't show. Agreed, chat. Come on, you got to show the straight flush. Runner, straight flush. That's just fun. That's just good content.
I think straight flush is sort of at the bottom of the range of hands you must show. Quads is sort of on the fence.
Depends on your age. If it's aces, sometimes, if you're in your fit, you got to show the aces. I had the aces, boys, Or if you get a walk with aces or something like that.
Or if you're Phil Hellmuth, you just show your cards every time.
Yeah. I honestly, when he left 5K behind on that sixes hand, thought that if someone raised, he could have folded.
Well, that's what Donnie said.
I know.
I
And he was
didn't
getting
even,
flack for it, and I
Right.
came to his defense, and I'm just like, you guys haven't been watching Phil Hellmuth then. The guy who limp folded 10s to a single raise earlier this year.
Yeah, we've seen Phil Hellmuth do a lot of things that modern poker theory doesn't agree with, but
But hey, 17
bracelets, what
My
can you
God.
say? This hand started with Polk raising before the flop to 1800.
Yeah, this is just going to work so much of the time.
Yeah, so looking at our stats screen, Doug Polk is already on 4 hands here of the first 10. We're going to probably see that. We're going to see the gap widen consistently between him and the rest of the fielder at this table,
For sure.
given the stack that he has, the skill that he has, and also I think a little bit of the intimidation factor towards the rest of the players.
Yeah, I mean, it's the main event. You have a lot of accomplished recreational players at the table. they just don't want to get into it with Doug, and rightfully so. He's going to always put them in tough spots, and if they can just avoid it or just play premiums, they will. You know, no reason to get out of line against him.
If you're just tuning in, this is coverage of Day 2 ABC of the main event. Thousands and thousands and thousands of players still in the hunt for what will ultimately be a $12 million first prize, give or take.
We've got the Jack Link's hidden hand here. Play along with Presetio. Shout out 2007 World Series.
It is actually kind of fun to sometimes not see the cards.
Yeah.
Because it really highlights how poor we are at playing poker.
For sure. But then it also, you know, when I can see the cards, it looks like I know what I'm talking about. When I can't see them, then I have no idea, you know? Which is why I'm out of the main event day one and here with you. Because I can't see the cards.
I don't know how often he's hitting the straight or not, but
7, 6 of diamonds. Okay.
I think having a jack there.
Some very coordinated flops for both players that could come. This is not really one of them.
Playing the lodge, of course. He's a great player. I feel like if I have like ace 10 or king 10, I can call. I feel like jack 10.
Early position, ace high board.
Jack X suited, queen X suited.
Small bet, gonna get it done most likely.
They said no. But I mean, I think it's a little bit of what are you going to do about it.
Yeah, there's no lockers.
Yes. Not everyone gets the perks.
The DE Presetio there, very accomplished player.
Have a good day.
Don't think he has a bracelet, but almost 2.3 million in earnings. Almost 700K at the World Series.
Yeah, Presetio has numerous final tables at the World Series of Poker. Back in 2015, he made the Colossus final table, finished in 6th place.
Oh, wow. I think that might be the first one, right?
I believe that it was. Yeah, it was Cord Garcia winning that one. Ray Henson in 3rd. Kenny Hollard in 5th place. Presetio getting a 6th
Kenny
place
Hollard.
finish. Yep. The only player to final table the main event and the Colossus.
That guy can navigate big fields like perhaps no one else.
I can see how these cards can stick to your hand, by the way. They kind of...
Wow. I don't know about that.
Wow, that's a
remember,
thumbnail
like,
right there.
Yeah. Martin, how his card stuck to his fingers stuck to his cards.
Is that Doug Cabral
I
right
can
there?
see
My
it.
goodness. Someone get the UV lights out. Let's go inspect those cards.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that video is...
It's like the pitchers who are using pine tar in their fingers in the major leagues. Doug's got some weird substance.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, you know,
I don't think he was cheating.
I'm sure there's nothing going on.
That's good.
If I should guess, I don't think so. He's cheating.
I think he knew what was going on, though. I think he knew that it looked like he was cheating.
And I don't think that's right to imply that he's cheating. Maybe other
I had Martin on the table behind me on my day one of the main.
I don't know, Martin.
He was very loud for the first 15 minutes, and then he was gone.
Wow.
He didn't last very long.
He's definitely one of a kind.
that I agree with.
Poker continuing here is the pre-flop raiser.
And he's genius, by the way.
Someone better screenshot
His
that
timing is, like, insane.
I know.
Doug Polk pressing on that card and it's sticking to his finger. Put it on Twitter. We need some more controversy, please.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's the problem.
I feel like it's been a few days without a major controversy, and I'm jonesing.
Someone fire up the Twitter spaces.
Yes, please.
We need a late night investigation. Meanwhile, we got some real poker here being played. Liang with pocket 9s against Ochre with 5s.
Yeah. Poker decides not to continue here. No longer a good-looking board for his hand. Not that it ever was.
Liang so far having a really, really good start of the day.
Yep.
He's won the most hands at the table so far.
I'd like to give me some
I wonder what it's like, just having a nice, smooth main event day, just winning lots of hands. Someday I'll find out.
I'm easy.
The change factory is here.
The mayor Pete is asking,
I'm
Ben,
pretty
are you
easy.
better at
But
mixed
that's
games
not
or no limit hold'em?
Um,
Compared to what is basically the question.
Yeah. I'm better at video games.
How does it work? We're gonna be
I go. I've definitely
I have no idea.
spent a lot more time studying and playing no limit hold'em over the last couple of years, so I'll say that. Out of my serious respect for the mixed gamers, do love the mixed games though.
But in a $4, $8 game, top notch.
Oh yeah. $4, $8 game, you're all in big trouble. But
best dealers.
8.16, that's where I start to
Just
diminish.
Like, they're
Yep.
like significantly better.
No, I love the mixed games. I played less mixed game tournaments than I ever have this year.
Well, it's
Really
also
on the
different
no limit
skill set,
grind,
'cause they have
but
to relay with production.
I looked at them
So there's like a
across the
different
room
skill
and was
set.
jealous
The mechanics
and
of dealing are
envious.
the same, but then the production
They
elements.
probably think they better dealers.
2,000.
Of course, but like, yeah,
Everyone's too good at horse, man.
it's definitely going to be.
You know every single person at a horse final table, always.
Some people also say that everyone sucks at mixed games.
That could also be true.
I've heard some theories going around saying that it is really worth learning the mixed games, even if it was only for the summer, because WSOP the only time to really play those tournaments.
Yeah, I think it's just also just a tradition in the poker world that if you've been here long enough, you think everyone sucks at everything. Like, I can't tell you how many people. That guy who's got 10 million earnings is terrible. It's just all luck.
Fold.
That's when you know you're a real poker player. I think everyone else sucks.
Okra raising it up here with deuces. Bustina coming in with the 3-bet. Ace King suited.
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably would have just folded the deuces, but at this point, let's try and flop a set.
Yeah, so Okra is going to come along here with the Mallards, as Brent Hanks affectionately calls them.
Oh yeah, sorry. If Brent Hanks is listening, I'm just kidding. I would never fold the deuces. Never.
Okay.
Almost. None across, but not the right one.
Because there's a delay. Oh, okay. Like we can't film direct. Okay, I see. Because people could give.
This is the problem with opening these hands from early position is if you don't flop a set,
Yeah. Okay. So now
every
people can see
board
it.
is bad for you.
Okay.
Bustina continues here, as expected, going small, 4,100.
One decision here, and it's to fold. No ducks on the pond this time.
Yeah, and it's kind of tricky in the main event where, you keep getting a decent price, you keep getting in the mix with small pairs, and then 3 hours later you're like, wait, where do all my chips go?
Yeah. And I think, listen, there are arguments to be made for sure in terms of, do I want to play more hands like that because stacks are so deep and that I have the implied odds that I could just win a massive pot if I do flop a set and my hand's kind of under-repped. So, if you're going to do that, if you're going to open with deuces, the main event's probably the right time to do it. But again, yeah, the blinds are going to go up, and 144K can go down very quickly.
Okra clearly had a really strong day on day one, sitting on 180 big blinds. He's got plenty of room to maneuver. Stacks deep at this table, only 2 players below the starting stack.
Yeah, I feel like this year more than any other year I've known, so many of my friends who play poker full time either busted day one or have short stacks. So what I'm saying is, it's cool to have busted day one, guys. No, yeah, a lot of chips on this table. I mean, average stack at this table has to be
Oh, that'd be perfect. Thank you.
110K or something like that. Over 100 bigs.
And all the hands I
So,
play,
this should be
I
fun
play
to
with,
watch.
so it's always good.
Liang raising it up with ace-queen offsuit. Action folds over to Okra in the big blind. He lets it go. And Liang again picks up the blinds and antes. Really impressed so far with Liang. Just, in a high gear from the start. I think it's only a matter of time before we see him and Doug Polk clash in a significant hand.
Yeah, hope so. But again, looks confident, looks like he knows what he's doing. Probably going to try and avoid Doug with two on his left, but, I love the carnage. I want to see some 300K pots for sure. I think that's a Trinity College hat from our 9 seat there. Shout out Hartford.
If you're new to our main event coverage, myself, Remco Rinkema, and Ben Ludlow on the call right now. At 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, our main broadcast will start. Lon McCarron and Maria Ho on the call. They're going to go until, I want to say, 1 a.m. local time in Las Vegas. So whatever plans you had between now and July 18,
all good.
you better cancel them,
I saw your
because
eyes.
it's going to be
Just checking
an
it out.
incredible amount of poker action, and you're going to be along for the ride as we try to find out who wins
Okay,
the
thank you.
biggest main event of the year.
Yeah, honored to be filling in for Donnie Peters, who's out there on day 2. Hopefully we can get some updates on Donnie as we
36
go along here. Was interested to see if Doug was going to 3-bet this. I think we're going to see a much wider range of 3-betting today from Doug than normal.
Yeah, Doug makes it 5,800 in position. Bustina has 48 big blinds, so still, you know, not a all in or shove or all in or fold situation, but tough to play out of position against Doug.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
Sometimes these suited hands are ones that you for sure want to flat, but I think we're just going to see him put max pressure on today.
Does feel as though Bustina is an experienced pro from the way he handles his chips, the way he talks. Polk probably.
At first I thought it was Jan's errands. So.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Fair price.
Yeah.
Bustina makes the call. We're going to go heads up to the flop.
It's a flip.
Jack, Jack 3. Not the worst flop for sixes.
No, for sure. I think certainly reasonable to continue here based on what Doug sizes.
The fact that Polk has backdoor clubs probably makes him a little bit happier to continue here.
No doubt. Again, the problem here is there's a great turn for Bustina, you know? I mean, Doug's got a lot of jacks. Doug's got overpairs. You know, he's got all the nutted hands so far, so. If you call here, what are you going to do on turns? Especially against a guy like Doug, who you know is going to keep putting pressure on you.
Yeah, this is where stack size and position really come into play. Bustina, of course, definitely able to call one street.
Yeah. 6.
Turn card is the 9 of clubs. Great card for Polk to
Yep.
continue firing here. Picks up the nut flush draw. Now Bustina, of course, not immediately worried about the 9 in and of itself, but still the pressure is going to keep mounting, which is going to make this a lot harder for him because potentially, you know, his tournament life could be on the line by the time we get to the river.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Doug is certainly going to go bigger here, I would think. And Bustina's stack to pot ratio is just over 1. So, you know, at this point, any more bets that he calls, he's basically committing his stack. So I would not expect him to continue.
Polk goes a little below half pot.
Doug goes 10. Interesting. Probably trying to make it look like he's giving a good price to continue. But I would expect Bustina to just give it up here. Pretty ambitious.
All right, one time you, one time me.
I had a pretty good hand.
Well, how you say you take this one, I'll take the next one.
Doug Polk picks up another hand here and chips up to over 300K at our feature table. Great to see. Here's a look at our PGT Dream Seat promotion. We're sending 3 annual PokerGO subscribers to play in our season-ending $1 million free roll. Join now or upgrade. Use promo code DREAM30 to save $30 on your annual subscription, and you might have a chance to play against the likes of a Daniel Negreanu, or a Nick Schulman, or maybe a Ben Ludlow.
I am an annual subscriber.
There you go. So you could also win a seat into our championship event. The event takes place at the
I'm
PokerGO
glad
studio
that
in
turn
Las
wasn't a
Vegas. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity if you manage to pull that off. So
6, 7,
don't
8.
wait. Sign up
All in
right
that
now.
range.
Very, very cool. Excited for that. I thought it was a great event the first time
Yeah,
around, and now it's going to be even bigger.
Yeah, 500K guaranteed first prize. And then, you know, some
Look, it always
payouts
gets
below
shitty.
that, so not a winner-take-all.
There were a few no-shows, people who qualified who didn't come last time. I think we should have just
Unless
picked a
you
few
hit it.
people from the Aria poker room to
That's-
fill it in for them. You know?
that's a
Yeah, I
little
saw
Hey,
you
you guys want to play $1 Million
I saw you,
Free
I saw you jumping and waving, but
Yeah.
Oh, look at
17.
this guy. Just doesn't learn his lesson,
Sometimes I
guys.
figure if
tried,
I just hang around the
tried to
PokerGo
fight him
studio
off,
long enough, someone will
come
just,
right
you know,
back.
get sick of me and put me in an event. It still hasn't happened yet, but Carrie, if you're listening,
sleeping too good at night. That's the problem. We gotta send someone in to get a little light in the room.
Pustina has downgraded
it's
from 6 to
amazing.
4, but he's going to come in for the raise. Gonzalez makes the call with 9s.
Ah, turn 2 clubs. Caution, top end, yeah.
The Czech player in trouble again.
Around 300, yeah.
what's the 4-4 called again? What's the nickname for it?
Oh, yeah.
We got
I've-
55 is the speed limit,
Cool.
33 is Larry Bird. I can't remember what 44 is.
I'm sure chat will tell us
Yeah, please chat, tell me.
what the best nickname is for pocket 4s.
That's what we're really concerned about here, not the poker.
King, 3, 2 hearts on the flop here. Gonzalez with his 9s. Has a heart to go along with it as well.
What do you like?
Not surprisingly, Pustina continues here, try and get some auto folds. Probably not going to work, though. Let's see a turn.
Some of the nicknames suggested for pocket 4s. The sailboats,
Oh, yeah,
The,
the sails or
the-
something like that.
the almost aces,
The fake aces, yep.
fake aces.
God, nothing I hate more than peeling an ace than peeling a 4. I think you see a lot of hands float this flop if you're Gonzalez, so Pustina may fire again here. This hand really can't improve that much. Let's try and win it. Go small again, interesting. Wow, just snap raise from Gonzalez. Love this.
That's going to look extremely strong.
Yeah.
Pustina perhaps getting a bit too cute here.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, again, I don't think it was going to work regardless if we're being results oriented, but I think if you're going to go for a second barrel here, it's got to be bigger. You know, what are you going to get to fold out?
Give a spade. I mean,
Carlos Gonzalez in the 3 seed, a architect from Mexico, 54 years old, has 6 total live tournament cashes.
I mean, it's
Love an
tough, like,
architect
you're not,
because
like,
when you
really
get
about it,
chips, you
but-
can build really nice castles.
'cause you can have sets
Gonzalez
there,
has 2
you can
cashes in the
jack
main
there.
event. He cashed in 2018 and 2015.
What? Well, in general, you should have or whatever.
And Doug Polk up over 300K. That's a nice little milestone. 400 big blinds deep or whatever it is, right where he's comfortable.
If you're catching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I thought all the Doug Polks would easily get us to our highest number of likes of the summer, but we're not there yet. Let's get to 2,000 first and then take it from there. Closing in as well on 450,000 YouTube subscribers. Absolutely love all the support that we've seen.
Yeah, I've been loving the YouTube content. If I wasn't here, I'd be home watching. Or in the main if I was still in. All right.
Call.
Just a nice 3-way pot here.
Polk raising up to 1,800. 2 callers, both in the blinds.
Wow.
Ace, Jack, 4, 3 spades, Owens,
Okay.
flops a flush. Def John has the king high flush draw. Polk with the pair of jacks. Only 3% to win this one.
So check lead pot here with the. Oh, okay. He's got it with the flush. Yeah. Doug's just going to give it up.
Dafjon, of course, with a very, very strong draw.
Yeah. And a decision here.
Making sure that's indeed a spade. He's out of position, though, so makes it a little bit harder to play.
Someone like Owens who's been pretty tight, you want to be careful. You know, I think he means business when he bets full pot here. Let's see a turn.
3 of clubs on the turn.
Not what he wanted.
No, and I can only imagine Owens just going to go big again here.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see him bet 15, 20. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe just counting his chips. Yep. No hesitation from our boy.
Wow, Owens with a snap, grab, and bet.
11K. Honestly surprised he didn't go bigger.
I love the simultaneous entire
I think
table
when
phone break.
Dovchian calls here,
Put it
you
across
know,
the board.
he's going to have the king of spades a lot of the time.
You
We
Chargers
want to
fan?
give him the worst price possible.
I went to some games as a kid. I lived in that area. It's like California area, yeah. I haven't. Oh wait, the SoFi one. Yeah, I've been to SoFi. Yeah, that's cool. The breeze through the is incredible. Would you ask me?
Dafjon is going to make the call here. Big river card coming up for both players.
I don't really mind either way.
It's the 10 of hearts. Now Dafjon
don't
left
mind.
with a pair
Yeah,
of
I don't
10s,
mind
but given
shredded
Owens'
D4 right
play,
up.
Wow.
oh, and he's going to check behind. Owens shows his
Mercy.
flush and takes this one down.
Yeah.
Happy camper over there in the 9th seed.
Yeah, love it.
Absolutely love to see it.
More clapping for yourself
Yeah,
when
man.
you win pots. Let's
You win,
normalize
control.
that. Yeah, I think both players played it well. You know, it's so tempting to kind of go nuts there
All right,
with the
later.
combo draw on the flop, but you got to just play it conservatively against a guy like Owens who's been very tight so far.
Owens happy to just win the hand there, not put any more chips in the middle. Of course, most players probably would have gone for value there.
Yeah, I think so. But, you know, you've got to. It's one of those way ahead, way behind scenarios, right? So he's either crushing or he's being crushed, and 2 streets was enough for him, and he'll just take it down or whatever, lose the min.
Fold.
It's so easy to criticize recreational players, but I think the
Over.
most important thing is that you stick to your style, stick to what you know, and you know you're not gonna become a GTO expert during the main event. The studying has to be done, and if you just love the game and play it for enjoyment, then that is also totally fine.
Yeah, I think no matter what you do, like you said it perfectly. When you go into an event like this, you can't listen to the noise, you can't listen to critics, you can't try and learn on the go. Just play your style. You know, I also think a lot of players talk hand histories during tournaments. I am very guilty of that with my poker friends, but I think it's good to just sort of save those for later, not be thinking too much about the decisions you made, just kind of focus, be present, because when you start to get into too much reflection in game, then you're just going to level yourself, and that's when the mistakes really come out. So, you know, whatever your style is, whatever your strategy is, stick to it, and that's what got you here. Keep it going. Improve after or before.
Exactly. Yeah, we were talking to Corey Aldemir about that last night. He said that he
Come on,
didn't
give me a
really
break.
do any studying or additional coaching in the lead up to his main event final table, just because it is more important to focus on, you know, resting and, you know, staying centered and not be, you know, too confused by all the influences from people around you.
Yeah, for sure. And there's so much noise and distraction, right? Like, Akorai is someone who probably, of all the people, didn't need any coaching on ICM or sort of what was going on. But, you know, our friend Gary made the final table a few years ago, and I'm sure he had a million people whispering in his ear wanting to give him advice, but he was very much like, look, I know what got me here, I'm going to continue with that, and served him well.
You literally came hundreds of feet over? Wow, man.
Wow.
That must have taken you
I
seconds.
came all the way across the room.
Possibly minutes.
Hey, Doug, see if he needs this water. See if he needs this water.
Maybe. No, someone came.
Doug Polk interacting with his adoring fans. This is a spot where he's short enough now that he can just go with ace-queen off here. Try and fold out exactly a hand like this. Yep, left himself a little bit behind, as is accustomed these days. I don't really know why in this situation, but hey, it's trendy.
Bustina all but all in here. Hollenberg looking down 2-7s, perhaps a little bit too small to gamble with for this amount of chips.
Yeah.
He lets it go, and Bustina takes this one down.
Perfect execution. Look at all those green chips. You only start with one of those, and he's got more than one.
Yeah, it's unfair when the good players get good cards.
Yeah.
Play good as well, very unfair. It is interesting to me that someone like Doug, of course, very successful, runs his own card room, wife, kid, high stakes cash, to then go from all that he has going on to potentially being in this tournament for a week and a half straight. It's a very different mindset. It's a very different style of play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also, it's just like, I'm a single guy in his 30s who just has a dog. It's very easy for me to be very present at the poker table and not have any distractions. I can't imagine all the people with families and jobs. It's I don't know how you stay focused for 10, 11 days.
I love that he's like, I came all the way from the other side of the room. I'm like, wow.
People traveling far and wide from Doug.
A lot of effort. But like the way he said it, I thought it was gonna be like across country. I flew out from Seattle. I drove from St. Louis. No, it was like, oh, I was over by the sign on Damian Salas, and I realized you were over here, so I came over.
Braceccio raising it up to 1,600. Owens making it 3,300 with ace-10 suited.
Liang and its downsides.
In the small blind, getting involved here with pocket fours.
I mean, Owens 3-bets so small here that I guess he's just getting a great price 3 ways to try and set mine. I don't hate it. Really not supposed to have many flats here.
The logical sign, I think we took it down.
Or any. But
we knocked it open to make an open.
When someone 3-bets this small, you don't mind taking advantage.
But it lives on in spirit.
Now Bracecchio's got a decision here. The flat in the small blind kind of throws this off a little bit, makes it weird, because it could be trappy as well. Like, he's going to flat with a lot of big hands here. But ace-king, a lot of hands. Either decision, fine. Either decision being calling or raising. There is no folding here.
Right, I think Braceccio probably considering a 4-bet here given the small sizing.
For sure. Again, though, the flat from Liang, very strange, and the sizing from Owens, very strange, so.
Imagine you draw.
Still a thing we're going to see it.
I hope they sell earplugs here. Or muzzles, maybe a nice muzzle.
Wow. Just rips
Is he
it.
in the main right now?
100 bigs.
He sat out hands to do that? He sat out hands for you.
Interesting.
Braceccio all in here for 77,000. Action on Owens.
I mean,
all right, never mind. I want him at my
folding
table.
coming for sure, but
He's not happy about it.
Can I'll do it.
Liang folds as well, and Braceccio removes all headaches by going all in.
See him later, I'm sure.
30 minutes from now.
Yeah. Good answer. I like my hand.
that's a hand where, all right, you don't love taking it 3 ways in a weird spot like that. If you get called, you're only in really bad shape against 2 hands.
All in hand.
Just jam
Never
it.
knew.
Not many hands like
That you
not
know
many
better
hands
than
like
me,
to go all
that's for
in.
sure. I like it.
Called me, then I'm probably dead. That's very easy.
If you're just tuning in, Lon McCarron and Maria Ho on the call tonight, starting at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on PokerGO.com. We're ready for the big show.
ready for the big show. A lot of people in the chat criticizing that ace-king shove. I can understand why you think, you know, why would you ever push everyone out of the hand or put yourself in that spot? But again, you know, it's a weird spot to go three ways. Doesn't necessarily flop well, but it's such a strong hand. Again, you're not in bad shape against all but aces and kings if you get called. And it just works a lot, you know? He increased his stack by more than 10% by just getting that shove.
Robbie wouldn't have folded my hand.
But yeah, I also understand the why would you ever shove 100 bigs there moment.
I had a pure bluff catcher.
Oh, I see. Is it Robbie? Yeah.
That's why we love the main event, creative strategies, you know? Even the best players in the world are going to deviate from their normal strategy in the main.
Never going to look at that hand the same way ever again.
No. I smile every time I see it.
Is it offsuit or suited?
Offsuit.
Offsuit.
You think I folded a suited hand to a min raise? We would have seen a flop. We've been looking for some suits.
I don't really just hate these guys.
You know what's funny? I had suited Jack 4 versus you in the first hand.
Made a good fold.
Yeah, you folded a 9, huh? I tried to get real cheeky for some thin value, and you let it go. It was nice. It was nicely done.
Limped blind battle here. Potentially not going to see a whole lot of chips go into the middle here.
Yeah. I don't think these two are looking to tangle much today.
Yeah, of course, when you're a known pro and you see another known pro at your table, you're not going to try to tangle for all the chips against that player. Both players are going to be very much aware of that.
Pair of fives in the river for both. Nine's going to play, though. Just going to go check, check. No chop.
You're both at the 5, huh?
We got Jeff Platt coming up anytime
Straight
soon?
flush?
I think Jeff Platt got fired last night because of poor performance.
Oh, that handshake?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
handshake.
that was...
Fireable offense,
Holy
the
crap.
handshake. I think
That's
Jeff Platt is
crazy.
back on for the main show.
I got it.
flush,
I heard he's probably a manicure, massage.
Yeah,
haircut.
yeah. There's a lot of makeup that goes into that,
I had
so
Jack
I get
10,
it.
Oh, now I remember the board paired on.
If I had like ace 10 or king 10, I would have called you. Jack 10 just sucks.
Nice suited wheel ace here for Justina.
Damn, a straight flush, huh? That's nice.
Oh, talking about the straight flush hand where Doug folded top pair with Jack 10.
Bustina raising it up with ace 4 suited. Polk in position with Jack 7 of diamonds.
Fold.
Yeah.
I feel as though more than in any other event, Polk is going to look down at 2 cards and think to himself, what can I do with this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you saw him wanting to do something there. Jack 7 of diamonds, looks prettier than it really is. But on the button, capable of anything.
Oh, we got Skull Mike in the chat from the Lodge Live. Thank you, Mike, for hanging out.
Lodge legend, Skull Mike.
Yeah, always love putting on the Lodge streams whenever we are not live.
Can't say this is a good flop for the 6-3 of diamonds. Can't fold fast enough, I assume. Yeah, I haven't gotten down to the Lodge yet, but love Austin. Love all the guys involved there. Andrew Nemi, Brad, Owen, Doug.
Yeah, I'm sure they love your money.
You know what? I don't discriminate.
Vibe at this table.
Just
is so
spreading
unique.
it around.
I spread it around evenly.
My day one table had some people that were looking to gamble.
This one is more stable.
Well, I'm not saying that
Tell
people here aren't looking to gamble necessarily, but they certainly are not looking to gamble here as much today as they were on my first table.
I would say like TV doing it pretty much frequently, and then people don't look like idiots. So
On
they're
TV.
playing like tighter all overall.
The stream is actually like it changes the game a lot.
You want to do it that way? Okay.
Well, yeah, because like, let's just say we're on a table with no cameras, no one knows your cards. You can just go ape shit bananas, and no one will ever
I didn't know
know
if there was one.
that you played like a complete crazy person. But on a TV, that footage exists, and people will watch, and people will comment, and people will see you play. So people are generally speaking more likely to try to not look dumb when they're playing on a TV show instead of playing on the
Agree, yeah.
floor. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a good place to play. It does change the dynamic a little bit.
Preach.
So actually
Yeah, of
for
course.
the
Doug
7
Polk
deuce,
probably has logged more
You played
hours
7 deuce earlier?
playing on a streamed
not
match.
on TV, though.
See? It's already happening.
I do wonder how many of the players here are going to be actively going back and checking hands and looking for updates. Doug for sure, Aditya probably for sure. But if I was going to give advice to someone here in the main it's their first time on a
This is
TV
actually
table,
very action
just
table
focus on
compared to
playing.
the
Don't
first one.
focus too much on going back and
Yeah,
looking at
everybody was
hands,
Sitting tight, and never too careful. Never too careful.
unless someone's doing something really crazy.
What I find is if a table has one or two
Love this
guys
3-bet here from Okra.
that are
With
really
the
letting
king queen
it fly,
off.
it rubs off on the rest of the table. Because then
Hand
it
you
seems more okay to play.
Don't
with
mind
off.
playing out of position, but you'd rather just win
But
it
if you
here.
don't have that one like person that kind of gets it going for everybody, then the overall atmosphere gets tense and people really try to hang on.
It's same if one person's talking and just everybody gets more social, they're playing more.
That
and
helps
just,
too, for sure.
Gonzalez is going to make the call with King Queen.
A fair fight.
Yeah, exactly. One of my favorite situations in all of poker because this truly defines who the
We had
best
a couple
player
of-
is.
couple of
There
guys
you
that
go.
were clearly trying to play some big pots and check raising all over the place, and like then other people have to get in there.
Both
and fight
flop the
against them,
gutter.
and you play a bunch of big
Gonzalez with
pots, it
the
feels more normal,
backdoor
there's
flush
a lot of
draw.
raising, you know,
Not
it's-
flush draw.
I don't know. Kind of loosens the vibe up a little bit.
played with savage nets.
What's up?
I played with savage nets
Yes,
day one.
that's not where you want to be.
5,800.
I won an 180K pot. That was just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Tell us more.
This is the time of the day to tell hand
Wanna mention
histories.
your
Yeah.
wishes. I never get over starting stack in the day 2 from 6 tries.
You know what? So I've done really, really badly in this tournament in my life, but 9 or 10 times, and I've cashed 1 time for a min cash. But as I've listened to more people, I used to think that was kind of rare, but no, there's actually a lot of people that suck in this tournament, you know?
I have a really bad record.
See, there we go.
10.
0 and 10?
0 and 10. And then I played the online one.
I
Because
think it was Ari Engel who cashed for his
money.
first time ever last year, 2 years ago. It was like his first in 16 tries or something.
I never
See?
played tournament. This is the first time.
See, you're already killing it.
This is a
What?
good tournament to
Liang's
play.
first
If I choose-
tournament,
If
wow.
I choose one, it will be this one.
Maybe that's a bluff, but
So which day will be in the money? The day
Probably
4?
end of day 3.
End of day 3 or start of day 4. I heard from friends.
all right, Gonzalez going to continue with the gutter and the backdoor flush draw here.
Can you change that?
Okay.
So now it's all faster.
Ah,
I think that's what happened
They did
last
what?
year. End of day 3. It
Oh,
was
okay.
faster.
10 of diamonds, come on.
Yeah, the fair fight continues as we try to listen in on this conversation. 6 of diamonds
Wow.
on the turn.
It
Gonzalez
used to be day
picks up a
4.
flush draw.
And like, I remember I made day 4 a couple of times, and one of them I busted. It's just like,
Liang wasn't totally lying. He only has 1 live cash.
Just busted.
It's day 3 now. isn't
Said
it?
this is his first tournament ever.
I could have not busted, but I had plenty of chips, but I got in a competition with someone. I had Queen's or Ace King. I can't even remember which one I had. And even though the bubble was approaching, I was like, I'm playing for the win here. Fuck this guy. And then we just got in a huge flip and I lost in the bubble.
11,000.
I lost majority of
Okra betting 11,000. Gonzalez picking up that flush draw. Might be interested here, calling for almost a quarter of the pot. It's really small.
Yeah, that's really small. I don't love a small bluff like this. I mean, he's just gonna call.
You change here?
Yes,
There's 5.
Wow, using the 25K chip, even though he's got the correct change, huge pet peeve of mine. But it's all right. I'll allow it.
Yep, 5.
It's the World Series of making change.
Man, I'm going to have all these chips. I'm going to have a big stack. And then everyone just gets slowly whittling away at it.
No flush.
Stopping out, though. It's not the end of the world.
Does Okra have it in him for one more barrel?
Yeah, you'd love to see a bluff here from Okra because it's going to be pretty hard for Gonzalez to call.
Oh, yeah.
Stay far.
Check.
Check all
This
in.
is all in. He said
Wow,
all in.
Gonzalez
Whoa.
moves all in here. 37,800 into the middle.
Slightly under 40.
Special all this time we do.
This takes some serious balls to move all in here with just king high.
Nice hand.
Very nice pickup here for Gonzalez, now up to 87,000. As I said, the true definition of a good player is when you can beat someone with the same hand. Shout out to everyone tuning in on YouTube and PokerGO.com for this free stream that we are starting today out with. If you're catching us on YouTube, please don't forget to hit that like button. We're about to hit 2,000 likes. I can feel it. We can probably do it during this hand. Ben, check this out. When I ask people to like the video, they usually do, and I hope so. I hope I can prove a point here. We're going to hit 2,000 likes during the upcoming hand. I promise you, we can do it.
I believe.
Anyway, all joking aside, Doug Polk here on the feature table. Liang raising it up with ace-queen offsuit.
Fold.
We're going to go live with our horseshoe table until roughly 5:30 local time, 8:30 Eastern. And then at 5:30, our action will kick off on the main set. Let's see if Liang is going to find a customer. There it is. You guys,
Wow.
You guys have proved me right. Ben, are you impressed?
That was incredible. The likes just poured in. We appreciate all the viewers. I know I'm no Donnie Peters, but
No, your commentary is annoying AF.
oh,
As it said in the chat.
oh, I appreciate that. This commentary guy is annoying AF. Oh, guys.
I didn't know your ex was watching.
guys. My ex.
10-7-7 on the flop here. One mystery card for Prosecco. Hoping for him that's a 7.
Doug, you're not taking crypto for playing in Lush, right?
Interesting. Gonna guess that's another 5.
Good talk a little off stream now. Call.
Prosecco betting 2,800. Hollenberg making the call with 6s. Of course, that 6 of spades is going to play into his confidence here going to the turn. Let's see the turn. 3 of diamonds on the turn. No backdoor spades for Hollenberg. Very curious to see what Prosecco has here.
If he has the 5s, this is certainly a spot he can continue to bet.
That's on you, right?
What's that, man?
Maybe it is the 7-5 of hearts.
Oh, I thought it was your card. I'm sorry. This card, the way
Oh.
the cards are placed.
Never mind. He doing pump fakes, you know. One's on this side, one that side, one that side. I want to change it.
Confused me
Little-
If you want, like, I'll take the hand. It seems pretty good.
7,500, 1,500.
Another uncomfortable spot here with a small pair out of position. If you call here, what do you do on rivers? Yeah, we see him let it go. And we'll never know Presettio's other card. We'll just assume it was a deuce.
Oh, we're back.
So meta to just show one card
I
and
know.
I'll just change
keep
that.
people guessing.
They don't really have a choice because they have to have a table for when final tables are 10-handed. But in general, 10-handed stream tables are always kind of messed up because if you have a normal table, there's going to be someone that's in between two sensors. So it's usually not great. But they don't really have a choice because sometimes you play unofficial final tables 10-handed.
So these sensors are coming from the top to shoot.
Sorry?
If I put my cards here, the sensor reading it from behind, below or from the top? Bottom.
It's
in here.
so every card has a chip in it, and that chip, there's readers in here that read
in
those
here.
chips,
I see.
and then they go through the wiring into the back that says the cards. But the chip doesn't say like 10 of clubs, it just says like a serial number, and those serial numbers are registered to each card before they do a show.
Okay.
So if someone intercepted it, it would just be like B6392. It wouldn't be like a...
Getting a nice electrical engineering lesson from Doug here.
It is very,
I
very
answered that
interesting
like
to see
a stream
when they
operator.
take the
I should
top of
just
the
say
table
yes.
off, how much electronics
Oh, yeah.
is underneath the felt.
We've come a long way since the bulky cameras on the table.
Shout out to Henry Ornstein, the inventor of the whole card camera,
Shout out, Henry.
Poker Hall of Famer. Rest in peace.
Call.
Liang raising it up with pocket nines. Liang has been getting some hands.
Yeah. He's been playing really, really solid so far. The min cash in the main would quadruple his lifetime earnings.
Okra playing a loose style, getting involved in many, many hands. Has not had a great level just yet, but still hovering above 100K, so nothing to worry about for him.
Yeah, certainly showing the willingness to play a lot of hands, get involved.
That is 2,500.
And I think this is going to work against a lot of players, but Okra has proven to be very sticky. We'll see. Here he comes.
Call.
I assume this is just going to go check. Yep. No red cards for anyone.
Liang going to show the nines and chip up some more. And as he mentioned, you know, his first main event ever, Liang Wenchao has won
Storyboard for
career
nines.
tournament cash,
Yeah, I'm
which is
afraid
a
the king,
event in
you know,
Macau
he
back in
might have a,
2018.
hard king.
He's a
hard.
57-year-old engineer from China.
Please.
Seen a huge
Please and
influx
thank you.
of players from Asia this year. Tons of Koreans, Chinese, Japanese.
There's
Playing-
been 3 or 4 Chinese bracelets this year, I think.
Yep.
Something. If you are a PokerGo subscriber, I highly suggest going back to watch the 5K 6 Max final table that Wairon Poo won. He was it was an all-around very fun table to watch, but he played incredibly well. It was very impressive.
You know what I find a fun indication of poker's popularity in a given country? When you look at the winner photo, how many people are in your photo?
Yes, Brazil, China,
Yep.
France, the UK, you're going to see they all roll together and support each other, which I think is very cool. Whereas if it's an American reg, all their friends are playing and don't care.
And you pay your friends to show up, so.
Yeah, it's just you and one other. It's just you, me, and the drink guy when
Exactly,
I win my
yeah.
bracelet. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dealers in the photo.
Right.
Yeah, so you really did have a straight flush there. I said, we gotta record a quick poker. Poker hands like great. You're like straight flush in the World Series.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't have one.
What's up?
I didn't have one.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh yeah.
Just find a different one.
True.
You know that doesn't matter.
Brosecchio raising it up to 1,600. Okra here, come with a 3-bet, ace-3 suited. Do like that. Defjon, ace-jack offsuit on the button, reaching for chips right away. Might see an overcall here.
We had sixes during that ace queen there. It's not enough.
No one likes to fold ace jack, but yeah, good decision.
I love folding ace-jack. Huge fan of folding ace-jack.
I guess I just don't like folding in general.
Right.
Just unhook this.
If I was going to choose between folding and not folding,
And information for me as well. Listening all my hands.
I have a price. Yeah, you had sixes.
You had sixes in that hand.
Brosecchio laying it down. Totally understandable given the fact that Okra has largely been just calling raises and now seeing a 3-bet from him. A little bit,
I was more curious
maybe a
about
little
the raise
more
which I
careful.
got there.
It's
from
BYOR.
Carlos.
BYOR. Bring your own rail.
I'm good. I'm loaded.
BYOR.
Bring your own room. We can do bot for chargers.
How big is the delay? Like 30 minutes?
How long is the delay?
It's about 30 seconds.
30 seconds? Okay, that's good.
It's not 30 seconds.
slightly longer than 30 seconds.
Are you not trolling? I thought he was trolling. I was like, that's a good troll. And then I was like, oh, it's not a troll.
You've been running into trolls like
I know.
this whole tournament.
A lot of trolls. Whatever happened to live meeting live?
I believe our delay is roughly 40 minutes today, which is sad because it means we have to actually do the break when the break happens. We generally cut out the break for your viewing pleasures, but WSOP Main Event today started 25 minutes late.
Oh, wow.
Which ate into our break by about 20, or it ate into our delay
Right.
by 25 minutes. So at about 2 o'clock, we're going to have a short little break before the action continues.
Working out, trying to eat well, getting a massage.
Love a break.
Take it easy.
I don't
played
like
a
breaks
little
at all.
poker 2
Oh,
days
you just
ago.
want to keep
Just
rolling?
Keep rolling.
The thing is, like, the long days, I'm fine playing the long days.
Just pee in a
but
bottle.
I get up at 7 a.m. no matter
Oh,
what.
100%.
So
Old school online
yeah,
poker
Old
days.
school online poker days. That's right.
When the breaks weren't synced yet.
Coming at like 10.
Yeah.
Liang raising it up from the big blind
I
after
always
Christina
wake
was
up at
hoping to
7,
see a cheap
so
flop.
On the days I play really late, I'm like wrecked.
Yeah.
So the off days I do get, I try and really just take it easy and just be healthy and shit.
Fun stuff. Vegas is all about.
Healthy? Be healthy? Yeah. Vegas is all about.
Waking up early.
Vegas is all about squats and grilled chicken. Yeah, everyone says that about Vegas.
Where'd you play cash out of?
I play Aria.
I believe today's
Yeah,
action
yeah,
started
that
late
makes
because
good
there weren't enough dealers to get play underway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many people do we had for two ABC today?
I got to look that up, but it was a huge amount. I know that.
Probably 4,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I believe there was over 5,000 players combined to start one A, B, and C. I think roughly 20% busted out.
Last night I was watching the stream and talking with a friend about, we were talking about automatic shufflers, and were there enough automatic shufflers in the entire city of Las Vegas?
I don't think there were.
We were trying to do the math. It might be, maybe there are. If you get every single casino all their backups.
1,600.
Yeah, 5,000 people yesterday, and they didn't have to go 10-handed at all, right?
No, they did not.
That's pretty awesome.
3,865 players entered today.
Wow.
So that's pretty insane.
With a few entries for sure, fresh entries today.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear more about the specifics of the entries on day 2.
Any Donnie Peters updates?
No, nothing. So I always say no news is good news.
That's fair.
So I'm sure on the break we'll get an update from him. Doug Polk, by the way, started today 9th in chips overall. Yehuda Dayan was our chip leader with 389,000 chips. Perseccio and Gonzalez going at it here. Gonzalez lays it down, and Perseccio pick up some more chips.
Shows the ace. Gonzalez doesn't care.
Fair.
Update from Donnie Peters. 50,000 chips on the break.
Okay.
Slightly down from his 61,000 chip starting stack.
That's all right. As commentators, we
Best
can't
hand
play
won.
favorites, but if anyone busts Donnie
Isn't that
Peters,
what
I will
poker's all
find
about?
you.
The best hand winning? No. Poker is about the best hand taking some kind of brutal beat. That's poker. No one ever tells the story, yeah, so, I fought the great hand and I won. Like, oh. So he's like, yeah, the turn came to 7, and obviously this guy has pocket 7s, he called the flop for God knows what reason. That kind of stuff.
More dramatic.
Yeah.
I had a straight, and the guy went, what a runner for a boat. Oh.
Sounds like me.
Have a small funeral.
Sounds like the entire hallway.
Yeah.
Def John
lies a
raising it
great
up with
hand.
ace-10 suited.
It's so much more for this world.
Poor guy. The hand is just minding its own business.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw something that
price?
Guy Fieri was doing a shuffle up and deal
That is
one of
too
these
much.
days.
Wow. If there's also food involved, I'll be there.
They just opened Flavor Town in the hallway.
I saw that, yes. Have you been yet?
I would love to take you to Flavor Town, Remco.
I'm there.
Okay.
Maybe we'll go after the show.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I'm busy, but some other time.
People asking about wanting to know at all times how many players are left. Even the WSOP at this point doesn't know how many players are left. That's how fast the eliminations are happening and how much longer it'll take before we have a manageable amount. But I promise you we'll have stats and graphics and chip counts and all that good stuff on our main broadcast.
Dealers are people too.
Deluxe 316 is asking, have they gotten to 10,000 players yet? I don't think so, because I think we would have heard if they did. But I think we're sort of crawling closer and closer to that mark.
And again, I would assume a lot of the day 2 entries will be tomorrow. I think a lot of the people that are trying to be here for as few days as possible are going to max out their time.
Yeah, all the billionaires.
Yeah.
Liv Brie, Igor Kurganov.
I did see Igor in the field today.
Oh, he's playing today?
I did, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, if I was a rich person who loved poker and I found out about the main event having day 2 registration, I would be like, okay, sure.
Heck yeah, why not?
Hop on the jet, last minute entry. If I make a run, I only have to, play a few days.
Right.
I really hope that.
My carbon footprint's only,
As if they ever worried about that.
No, they don't. Was it Taylor Swift who flew like 10 miles or something in her private jet just because she wanted to go to the beach?
Didn't she have the highest private jet mileage of any celebrity?
It wouldn't shock me.
Same
She also has the highest money account of anyone, too.
That was a nice fold at the start.
Incantations in the chat says, I bet Remco will want to go on vacation somewhere without casinos after this. Yeah, I think I want to spend about a month in nature riding my bike.
I just had a jack though. I was hoping.
I was gonna say Remco doesn't spend a ton of time in casinos outside of working in
early
them.
on
No,
the
that's
session,
actually
I'm gonna
true.
Go for some
Not
value
much of a
here, you know?
gambler.
Set the tone.
More of an exerciser.
Mostly dictated by the size of my bankroll.
Hey, I get
I'm
it.
seriously thinking about a call.
Yeah,
Anyone
no,
wants to
no,
donate money
I
to
would
us to
call.
gamble, we'll happily
Would work
take
with
it.
me.
We'll live stream it.
Any money you donate to the stream today, directed to, we'll put it all on black or something.
That would actually be really funny.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of a donation,
There it is.
$2 Canadian, so about 35 cents.
Mike D with a donation says, how many meals did Helmut have yesterday? I saw 3. Yeah, 3 were the ones you saw on stream. That doesn't account for the ones he had outside the stream. So I would say I'll put the number at 5.5 meals.
sorry.
I mean, just starting off
Sniped
the
your
stream
card
with
there.
a barbecue plate, I thought it was ribs and he was going to eat the ribs with his hands. I was like so
Trying to do my
excited.
best. I'll do my best.
Oh,
I
man.
have to say, I do watch back the clip of you guys calling his roast beef sandwich like at least once a week. It's maybe my favorite call of all time.
If Donnie Peters ever goes into the Poker Broadcasting Hall of Fame, that'll be his walk-up song.
What is this?
Def John raising to 2,000 with deuces. Might be a giveaway. Gonzalez calling with ace-10 offsuit. Polk getting in the mix with king-3 suited. And, you know, Persetio, ace-4 off. Maybe not.
Suited maybe, but nah. Unless he's going to squeeze, you can't call there.
We're going to have a three-way action here going to the flop.
We'll see a Mallard.
Polk really struggling, now down below 300K.
Oh, no. His sweet spot is about 400 big blinds, so I'm sure he's freaking out right now.
4-7 queen on the flop here.
I feel like Dovchian hasn't run very well today, so I was rooting for the deuce.
Polk just going to try to take control of this hand here. Has backdoor hearts going for him. Backdoor straight possibility as well.
Yeah.
Applying pressure, of course, always the right approach in the main event.
Position, pressure, it's going to get it done. And Doug's back above 300K. Ooh, not quite. 299, 200. What a beat. Oh, no, 305.
No, 305.
I lied. That was a bluff.
Adjusting for inflation.
Yes, yes. Speaking of, you think they're ever going to raise the buy into the main due to inflation?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, and you know, people were giving us a hard time. You know, basically saying like 10K is still a lot of money because we mentioned the inflation, and I don't think they should ever raise the main event buy-in because if that means that down the line we're going to have 25,000 people in the main event, that's awesome. That'd be so cool.
Agreed.
And also, if you think about it, right, like your
I don't
10K
think we break
to
no
10
matter
million
what.
might
They
become
move us back
10K
to the other
to
table
25
on
million,
What they're
and that'll then
probably
account for the
doing is they're
inflation.
probably seeing who
Fair.
filters in.
Yeah, the winnings.
Exactly.
It's like they're gonna put the table. They
As
think
long
is
as the
gonna have
winnings
the
go
most
up, that's
viewership,
fine.
right? So they're probably looking to see what the tables are, see what register, and see if there's one that would be really good. In which case, they'll swap us out.
Like the lot of action, the ones with a lot of action. The ones with a lot of action.
It's
not
the ones
about-
with well-known players, probably.
Yeah, it's going to be about player. It's not about action.
Leave it like this: if Negreanu doubles a few times and then Mattisau moves to his table, we're getting the boot. But if they can't find something that they think is better, then it'll probably stay. But I don't know what their rules are or anything. That's just my
Doug is
intuition.
trying to say that he's the biggest celebrity right now, the biggest stack, so that's why we're playing with him.
I'm not trying. That is
Sick
right.
brag, Doug.
Currently.
Like and subscribe. to
But
Doug's
we're always
YouTube
a
channel.
bigger celebrity doubling up away from getting the boot. They have my face all over? That's good.
They got 17K watching. That's not bad.
Is that right?
Wait, 17K?
Well, I guess it is the main event. Wow.
There's not 17K watching.
It's like a concert.
We just took a little bit of a dip, but we were up to 20,000 viewers on
So you're
YouTube.
the draw for the table?
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Pretty good. And also a couple
know what?
thousand on PokerGo.
The viewers couldn't be here without both of us. It takes a full table of people to make it happen.
And you're the only one bringing the kids.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If all of you come to Prague, you have shots in my bar for free.
Okay, just flatting the queens out of the big blind here. And Doug flops the open ender. Wow.
Very interesting to see how this is going to progress. Hollenberg with the overpair.
It will be the best city to live.
You see a little smirk on Hollenberg's face.
Which literally I hate them.
Doug taking the
Trying
equity to
hide
the
them,
dome.
so travel over the world when it's winter. And then I'm like over the summer there. Most beautiful.
Check brings the 9 of clubs on the turn.
And Hollenberg's going to bet almost 100% of the time here, regardless of his hand. So to have queens here is maybe could set himself up for a really big river bet.
Is it legal or not?
Define legal.
Well,
I mean, worst case scenario, you're gonna get a huge penalty. It's gonna be like $20.
Wow.
so it's not like
Doug's going 9,000 here.
taking the lead.
Doug Polk potentially setting up a river bluff here.
So it's
I
like
feel as though if you raise the turn here and you get called, you probably have to fire river as well, giving perhaps Hollenberg credit for a lot of ace-high type combinations.
Yeah, or just, you know, range bets here from the big blind. It's a pretty good board for his range.
Semi-bluff from Polk, opening a straight draw. Let's see if it comes in. It is the 6 of diamonds. Picking up some showdown value versus those ace-high hands.
This might be one where it goes check now, unfortunately for Hollenberg.
Goes check rather quickly.
Yeah.
Queens are going to win this one. Now, if the river is a card that doesn't pair or give Polk a straight, will he be more likely to bluff?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think, you know, looking for a good bluff is something that's going to be one of the worst hands you show up with. You know, when you river a 6 there, you can't bet that for value. It's no longer a bluff. So either a hand that makes him a straight or that completely misses, he could go really big there and try and fold out a lot of stuff from Hollenberg. Obviously, we know it wasn't going to work because he had the overpair, but yeah.
If you're just tuning in, my name is Remco Rinkema, Ben Ludlow alongside me. We're going to do commentary of the main event until roughly 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern. The real show with Lon McCarron and Maria Ho kicks off on PokerGO.com exclusively at that point.
Surprise, surprise.
The main table, the side tables,
Parents don't like
all the cool stuff that you're used to and excited for.
The real show. Do we know who's on that broadcast or what the table is?
No, so they're going to decide feature table for that show roughly 30 minutes before they start filming.
Got it.
Could be this one, could be something else.
This has been pretty good so far. Doug saying that it's not quite like his day one table where everyone wanted to gamble, but, you know, everyone's playing solid.
Guys, no shame in folding.
Jimmer is asking how many chips did the helmet end with last night? A little over 100,000. He had a rough final 5 hands of the night, had a bit of a blow up.
No shame.
Classic flow. It was just...
It's funny how in the main event you can have a massive stack all day, lose a few pots, and still be disappointed.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that's the biggest mistake everyone makes is in tournament poker in general is, oh no, I don't have as many chips as I did, therefore I'm in trouble. And especially in the main event, that's just not the case.
Yeah, I also think it's a mistake by players to worry about the average stack. In the main event, the average stack is almost completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what the rest of the tournament is doing.
For sure.
Look at Pustina, 30 big blinds, extremely comfortable, not stressed out. Of course, he's hoping for a double up, but he's also not stressing about it, not taking any sort of major risks to get a double up.
And I'm hoping for a 6 on the turn, which would be incredibly spicy.
Yeah, at this point in the hand, Pustina with the open and a straight draw.
Poker not going anywhere.
Calling with the 6s. Gut shot for Dafchian in the big blind.
Yeah.
He's going to let it go.
Case 6, one time.
Turn card is the 9 of diamonds. Pustina on the tightrope with a short stack.
Check.
Now, Okra, of course, probably thinking, I wish I could just go get the showdown here.
Yeah.
River card, 3 of diamonds. Nothing there for Pustina, who got a free look at that river card, but probably still has to just give up.
I think so at this point. I mean,
Oh, wow, he's just going to
Yeah, decides to go with the small bet here. Don't hate it. But yeah.
Call is made, and Okra is going to win this one with pocket sixes.
I think it's pretty
Well done,
safe to
sir.
say whatever you were considering that was more than your bet amount, you saved. He seemed really unsure about what he wanted to do there.
Change, gentlemen.
I was a little unsure.
Yeah, you really seemed. I could see the hesitation, you know.
Do you have change?
It pained me. But then I thought about you guys. I said, I can't.
Like a punch.
Because then, you know, you guys gonna miss hands.
Oh,
Wow, I couldn't.
I'm taking my break right
thank you.
now. I don't want to be in the crowd.
That's good.
I got 120 right now.
120, nice. That's a good time to go rail someone. Yeah.
You stuck with me the whole
I'll take another Red Bull. But do you have change yet or no?
I got you.
For 100.
So wait, a Duck Polk fan with 120,000 chips in the main event is currently standing on the rail watching Duck Polk play. I love it.
I also think he just tried to order a Red Bull from him. Is that, or is that from someone else? Put it on my tab. It's got a tab?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, never mind. That's
Thank you.
okay.
It's good to
If
see.
I could give any advice in the main event, not that I'm one to give advice, I would say don't leave your stack to watch Doug Polk play. Continue to play hands. But that's just me, guys.
Hey, where the guy is? Hey, look at your tip. They're too rich for me.
I thought you were going to give some advice about, don't go too crazy on the caffeine because you might crash
I might let you pay for
or
it
you
if you
might not
don't
be able to
get
sleep
that.
at night.
So much
I feel
caffeine.
bad
Go,
for you.
go for all of it. If you're not shaking at the table, you're doing something wrong.
I
Palmer
hate
raised
when
it up
you
with
do
ace
that.
king offsuit.
I don't think I've ever had more jittery
worst,
days than
you know,
World
you show up
Series.
and
It's just
oh my
so
God,
easy
you
to
guys
keep
are playing
ordering iced coffees, and all of a sudden, your legs are shaking, teeth chattering.
What's your name, Miami? Alan. Nice to meet you. All
Owen's
take-
gonna make
enjoy
the call
your
from the
break.
big
Enjoy your
blinds.
time off while you post blinds.
3-6-5, not a bad flop for a7.
A quick reminder why this is the greatest tournament in the world.
Some people lead this flop.
This is indeed the greatest tournament in the
No, I
world.
have no
That is
idea
a
who that
fact.
Let's get spicy here, Owens. Let's see a check raise.
He's on it. He's in the mix.
It's hard to.
No.
I was just gonna say it's hard to play a raggedy type ace to flop just an ace.
Yeah.
You need to have a game plan beyond that scenario.
For sure. That's the kind of flop that Owens is looking for anyway.
Here's a look at GTO Wizard. Scan the QR code on your screen or go to gtowizard.com/PokerGo. Try it out for free for 24 hours. And then after that, take 10% off the subscription fee on gtowizard.com. Trust me, that is the best tool you can use to become a better poker player.
That would have been a great segue if I was talking about that's a great board to check raise. And if you want to know more great boards to check raise,
Exactly right. I should have actually just
There
taken
were some
control of
rivers
that,
where the queens were
use
gonna
the
get
situation for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had 6-5 of clubs, so I paired my 6. But the deuce with the 7 would be real sneaky straight.
That'd be sneaky.
It's sneaky.
That one would have
straight.
hurt.
I'm glad I paired, I guess. I was gonna bluff some rivers, but I don't think I was getting through versus queens.
Probably not.
It'll be one of the faster calls.
Yeah, it depends how much I bet. It's gonna be pretty big.
Doug Polk referring to the hand that we just saw where he did indeed hit a pair on the river, which prevented him from making a big bluff.
yeah.
Something like that.
The old ace king. This is going up.
We mentioned earlier a clash between Liang and Doug Polk, inevitable. Well, here we go.
I was just going to say maybe an ace king 8 flop, but Prisecchio just folded the king 8. So, and there's another 8, so maybe not. As you can tell, I'm just rooting for Max Carnage.
Oh, I always do, Right
Yeah.
now, I want Liang to get involved, and I want to see an 8-high flop with 2 clubs, king on the turn.
Love that.
Bustina with queen jack also in the big blinds is going to lay this one down. And Liang, of course, doesn't want to tangle out of position against Doug Polk.
Fair enough.
I know it.
And I knew it announced from Liang.
Suited ace. But I don't like to hit an ace like, you know, stuck. Don't know where to go.
What are you gonna do?
Smart man, that Liang.
Next time I'll bluff. I wasn't gonna bluff, but if
not
you're gonna
on
have
TV.
to fold, then maybe I'll throw one in there.
If you're catching us on YouTube right now, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post daily highlights. We do all sorts of cool short videos. We do full streams, of course, in the fall. We're going to have Poker Masters coming up. There's so much happening on our YouTube channel that you might as well tune in for that as well. And then, you know, for all our diehard fans that are on PokerGO.com, we have new episodes coming out after the WSOP of High Stakes Poker and No Gamble, No Future. The poker never stops. We are editing those as we speak. And then we have a High Stakes Duel coming up between Doug Polk and Daniel Negreanu as well.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's exciting. I feel like they had their beef. They played the original High Stakes Duel. Now they're all best friends. So I hope we can get some beef going again.
Kind of makes sense. Get through a bit more. I mean, it could be stupid. I don't know.
Wow, I'm surprised to see Ochre fold the King 10 suited there, given how many hands he's called.
Poker.
Against, I guess against an under the gun raise from Polk, he's wising up, but definitely surprised. All right, qualifier here for Liang.
Here comes the flop. Oh, wow. There it is. Ace, deuce, 10. Two pair for Liang versus Polk's jacks. Flop goes check, check. 10
Wow.
10 of diamonds on the turn.
Another check from Liang.
Jacks.
Man, I got a counter for you.
Wow.
Where's the rest of the money in that pot?
Wow. I cannot believe that Doug Polk just happily went straight to showdown there.
That's, yeah.
And that Liang didn't bet the river.
Very, very surprised.
Yep.
I mean,
No worries.
if Doug Polk is able to
Where you from?
tiptoe around losing small pots like this, it's gonna be really hard to take any chips from him.
There's a classic sort of main event lesson
So the
situation
Playa del
too,
Carmen?
is don't get over attached to those
Carmen?
hands, right?
Vacation? Me. Yeah.
I lived there a few months.
Oh, nice.
Doug Polk trying to speak Spanish.
Good spot.
Yeah, I like it.
Too touristy now.
Sorry?
It's becoming too touristy.
Nah, honestly, I'm just staying on the property anyway and just lounging around.
I was living in the complex with like Spanish grinders and American retired people. It was like gated community. It was pretty cool. Because if somebody gonna rob you in Playa del Carmen, it's gonna be police. It's like almost 100% time.
Good to know.
Don't get arrested in Playa del Carmen.
We're getting some tips here from Christina. Ochre raising it up with Jack 10 suited.
Let's hope for some bigger pots. Ace, king, and jacks. Lose two big blinds.
Yeah, you could have bet there, Doug. Shocked you didn't bet the
You
river.
know, I got my ace, king, got my jacks. Let's battle. Not much battling.
Well, been some battling. Maybe not for you.
No, I just meant in those two hands for me.
Those two hands,
You know that feeling when you look down, you have a big hand, and you're like, yeah. And then you just like take the blinds down, and you're like, no.
They're like, no one has anything? Nothing?
Or you run into a big hand.
Or you've
Some
been
of that.
card debt.
But at least then you get to play some poker, you know?
Or you've been card debt for about an hour and a half, and you look down, you get an ace king, and you get excited.
Yeah.
Or the table's like been the most active table in the world, and then it falls to you in the big blind, and you have patience.
Horrible feeling.
Somehow it's like what?
You know what I don't understand? The people when it just folds to them, they just muck their hand without looking. It actually drives me insane that they do
I
not.
like to look at it.
Like I have to
you gotta
look.
look.
Like, I'm not even gonna look. I'm
Have
like,
to look.
you want me to look? I'll look for you.
Right, just for fun.
I'll just a quick peek. Just to
See,
know,
because
you know?
if you don't look, then you can't know if you got walked with a great hand, and then you can't complain, and
Exactly.
you need to be able to complain, otherwise what's the point?
What's the point of poker at all?
If I couldn't complain constantly, I'd be doing something else.
Like you picked poker because you needed something in life to complain about.
Yes.
Your life was going so well.
It was going way too well.
And then you picked up poker.
Yeah.
It's a fair hand.
Closing in on 3,500 likes on the video. I showed Ben earlier that if you ask for likes, people like the video. It helps us get followed and found by more people, so let's try that again.
What's our record?
I think our record is 6,500 for the main event, which is, I think, 2 days ago with Negreanu.
We'll get there easy.
Does Doug Polk or Daniel Negreanu have more fans?
It's pretty good for us if it holds
Kind of fun though. Yeah.
Oof. I mean, I would say Daniel. I think there's just so many non-poker people or mainstream people that know who Daniel is who have no idea who Doug is. You know?
I'm going to do a poll in YouTube chat. Who would you rather have dinner with?
Oh.
Daniel Negreanu or Doug Polk?
Well, that's a different question.
Oh, because he's going to take you to a vegan restaurant?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm
then-
allergic to vegetables, so
So who would you rather go drinking with is probably a better question.
definitely Daniel.
For the people asking about Phil Ivey. Yes, he's still in the tournament. I think he bagged around 75K on day one.
I thought he might buy in day two, since he's sort of been max late regging everything, but alas, I was wrong. Top pair here for Presetio. Oh, and Gonzalez. Didn't even see he was in the hand. Okay. Presetio now with the open ender and a flush draw. And top pair. Checks around. No red cards in anybody's hand. Yeah, with the heart on the river, I'm not surprised to see him check here in this three-way pot. But he's just going to win.
The poll is really, really tight and close. I'm really surprised here. Negreanu versus Polk. Who would you rather party with? It's 57% Negreanu right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the right answer, guys.
People in the chat think you don't like Doug Polk, man.
Oh, I don't dislike Doug Polk.
Did you say Bug Dolk?
Bug Dolk. Who's this guy again?
Duck Pork?
Duck Pork. I got love for Doug Polk. He's a bit of an instigator, let's just say that. He can be a polarizing figure in the poker world
Absolutely.
at times, you know?
And I feel like it's our job to also keep things lighthearted, make fun of everyone equally.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I only said I'd rather party with Daniel because I know Daniel likes to party. I have no idea what Doug likes to do.
I've gotten drunk with Daniel in the past.
Yeah.
It did not end well for me.
No, same. But he did buy the drinks.
The party I was at with Daniel, the drinks were free, which made it even worse.
Fair enough.
It's fun thinking back of those times when I traveled to European
No, I
Poker Tour,
definitely do that.
went to the PCA every year, and
Yeah.
Aussie Millions, and they had these
Pick me
player
up.
parties that were always absolutely insane.
I definitely missed those glory days. Ooh, the Cowboys here for Gonzalez. Interesting to see what size he comes with.
Fold.
And, you know, Pustina has been trying so many different ways to win chips,
Yeah.
and he still continues to trend down, has not been able to get anything going.
Hasn't gotten out. Oh, wow. And we see Okra, perhaps, besides Doug, our most active player at the table with the 2 jacks here.
The bet and I raised. Called. All right, river was a 6. I paired. Check, check. Made queens. He just called and they went. So I was gonna put it.
All right.
I was gonna put him in on some rivers.
He makes the call, and of course, Justina's out of the way.
Obviously, once I get there, but like
2
Jack.
premiums.
I always put him in.
Jack in the window. Wow. Okay. Flop set for Okra. Gut shot, backdoor clubs for Gonzalez, and the overpair, of course.
But when I pair my 6, I just take it down. I don't know.
And of course, King 10 would have flopped the stone nuts.
For both
Wow.
of us, don't do it.
Poor Pustina.
It'll be my first
Don't. Let's,
Okra, despite flopping a set, is not going to have 100% confidence in his hand
Correct.
here.
Yeah, I would
Good luck.
expect him
Good luck.
to play. Oh, okay.
Got a check raise
I
going
would
on here.
expect him to. Just kidding.
Actually,
Oh wow, Gonzalez puts it in. I mean, he's gonna get-
70,000 is the shove here from Gonzalez. Okra in the big blind.
Jeez. I mean,
He kind of got what he was asking for, but did
Yeah.
he really want that?
I don't think so. I mean, you can't fold, but you don't love this either.
Absolutely huge pot developing here as kings are all in with a gut shot, backdoor clubs,
Yeah.
Okra with a set. If he calls, he's going to be in a great position.
I mean, he can't think he has King 10, right? So he, is he losing to
Maybe.
queens? Is he up against kings or aces? Most likely. Yeah.
Yeah, he does make the call. We got a absolutely enormous pot here at the feature table. Kings versus Jacks, 151,000 chips in the middle. Gonzalez looking for help. He's going to need a king or a 10 running clubs. He has some possibilities, but he's in dire straits here of being sent to the rail.
And we know those 6 outs is actually just 4 because Pustina folded the King 10 pre.
I have 10. I have
So
king,
4 outs twice.
Yeah,
He's
I'm blocking some out.
good luck, bud.
Well, you
Got
have
4 clubs
Yeah,
out there.
Gonzalez.
I had a little sweat going.
Had a strong showing so far, but now all of a sudden, all his chips are in the middle.
Doug
All
room
right,
for the ace of clubs.
let's see the turn here. It is the 8 of hearts. 4 outs now for Gonzalez.
What's going on?
A 10 or a king,
Just waiting.
or else
It's
he'll
for
be
the
out.
camera. It's like for production.
River card.
Dramatic.
Is the deuce of spades,
The Mallard.
and Gonzalez has been eliminated. Okra rakes in a massive pot with his set of jacks.
Yeah.
He now up to over
Nah,
200K.
Tough spot for Gonzalez
Yeah,
there.
rest up.
You flop kings with an overpair and a gutter. How can you lose? But you can. And now Okra with over 200K as one of our most active players. Maybe we see him open up even more now.
Yeah, Okra definitely playing a very loose style.
For sure. Lots of overcalling, trying to steal a lot of flops. GG's in the chat for our friend Gonzalez.
Yeah, king queen. Yeah. That's when you have king queen.
So are we going to get another player, or will we just play it-handed?
Yeah, we'll ultimately get another player as they break tables.
Okay,
across
so
the
it's not
tournament.
like they don't specially go get a player for the feature table kind of thing.
No, it just stays in a regular.
Yeah.
The seat cards go into the big pile.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
You said you got king 10? I heard it 10. At least.
My rookie questions.
Doesn't matter. I just block all the outs which the kings need.
I see Doug Polk more like Doug Broke in the chat. It's pretty good.
You were in a good shape.
I mean,
Except he's not broke.
it's good to be broke with 300K chips here.
Yeah. And, playing $1 million buying cash games and stuff.
Rossetto here raising the button with King 10 King Queen offsuit.
Maybe you buy more hand. Maybe. depending on the speed of this one.
Daniel Negreanu came into day 2 with the short stack. He has unfortunately been eliminated. No more Negreanu in the main, but I'm sure he's going to keep chasing the glory in the upcoming events.
Yeah, there's a 25K horse left, 5K no limit, 3K PLO, all sorts of stuff that Daniel's going to be firing away at.
It's a little tough with the rail. Where, like,
Used to be that the main event was the very last event. Now we've got,
20 more.
20 more events all around town. The Venetian never stops having events.
I think I have to go hide in the corner. Doug who?
Who?
Doug who?
One more?
Hollenberg with the bet takes this one down.
Oh, okay.
So close.
All right, looks like we're going on a break. Because of the delay to start this tournament, we cannot cut out the break for all the regulars on the stream. You know that we love to do that for you, but unfortunately, because we're on a shorter delay today, we're going to have to take this break. So we'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. Get a new drink, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back with more Doug Polk after the break.
I'm not.
All right, welcome back to the action in the main event. We're diving straight into it here. Brazetto raising it up with Queen Jack offsuit. Hollenberg in the small line with Ace-7 of hearts. Much love to everyone who stuck around during our break. One more level here before we send things over
But I do agree with
to the main show.
I think it would be a good. It would be a good.
Jack 10-5, 2 clubs on the board.
I just feel a little bad selling it.
It is what it is, you know, it's like a market and people are going to want to buy it, it's fine, if not, not.
Yeah.
In the end of the day, you have like education website, like
Yeah.
it's offering the certain amount of services and there is market
Leading
for it,
here
people,
after his
it's not
3-bet.
Yeah.
Small 3-bet out of the small blind.
You'd be a good
Yeah, just about the
candidate for
worst
coach.
flop possible for Ace-7 of hearts.
Yeah.
I can do the material.
Hoping and praying
Way
this just
better,
goes fold.
like,
Of course it
make
will not.
Speaker, like, speak for it.
Your English is good. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
I mean, if I
More
would be
clubs.
doing it, I would definitely take like multiple like English classes to just work on it.
Your English is
Yeah,
good.
I think Hollenberg is pretty oi this hand.
But when you're like selling materials, it should be like the better than one.
It's about the, with poker specifically, it's about the value of the content. And like, I would rather have someone with a thick accent that knows poker really well, and we can subtitle it and we can work our way through it, than have someone that has great English but they don't know what they're talking about. It's way more important to know what you're talking about.
I agree in this case, but it could be like.
And that's just
content
going to
creating
work.
Something and this guy just only talking. Question is how much it would affect it. It's pretty much like a dubbing from. You have like actors who's playing and just dub it to whatever, like Chinese. Not necessarily needs to be like the perfect actor, the guy who's the like person who's going to do it.
We've got Doug Polk here on our main feature table. He's, of course, the big draw. He joked earlier and said, if Mattisau and Negrano are at the same table, they're going to kick us off the stream. Well, Doug, we love you too. We would never just kick you off the stream.
Also, way to jinx it now that Negrano's out.
Yeah,
Thanks
true.
a lot, Doug.
Very, very much true. Very much true. So yeah, tonight, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, the main show, the main broadcast, Lama Care and Maria Ho on the call. Very curious to see which players will be on those feature tables. As it stands, the crew is getting ready for the show. It's going to go until roughly 1 a.m.
Poker gets tougher every
local
year.
time here in Las Vegas. That is the end of the night for the players.
It's about like, let's say this one, you know, like it's so easy to just click, just see something.
Brasetto raising it up with Ace-5 suited. Actually folds to Owens in the big blind. 10-4 of hearts. He likes the suited cards. It's going to come along.
Can take some takeaways. It's not always
Can't flop a flush if you fold.
There is some misleading things, but in general, just whatever which blocker I want to use, you can read from it.
So I have some friends that
But
play
now you can.
casually, and they'll play stuff like this, and they'll basically show me, like, dude, look how crazy this is. This hand calls here, and I'm like, well, the reason it's calling here is because you have 4 flop sizes, and this one's going in there, and so you're ending up with a lot of these combos. And so, like, you get takeaways in a lot of spots that can be very wrong. So you have to be
very selective with
you have
takeaways.
to,
A bet
you
and a
have
fold,
to have a really
unsurprisingly.
good approach to how you're choosing to learn that information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you get into really small nodes, understand that like weird shit happens. Like if you get into a spot where it's like 2% of hands take a turn size, you're gonna have some really weird river ranges. No?
Yeah. It could be like.
Trying to listen in on some Doug strategy talk here.
I'm a little surprised that
It's
Doug
never
is
been easier to just
going
look up
deep level
shit.
strategy talk on day 2 of the main event. I can only imagine that to some players, it's a little bit too on the nose to be reminded of the fact of all the things you don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I also, it doesn't shock me that Doug does that a little bit for intimidation. And for all the people in the chat that think I hate Doug, I do not hate Doug.
Ben, it's a way better narrative if we just stick with the fact
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
you hate Doug Polk.
Yeah, that's true.
We invited
Boo.
We invited Ben Ludlow today. He hates Doug Polk.
Hates Doug Polk. That's my bio on Twitter. Hates Doug Polk.
The problem, we've tried to do some
But yeah,
stuff,
strategy
the
talk
problem
at the poker
is
table.
You don't know what the
It's a weird one to me. What do you guys think in the chat? If you're playing poker, should you be engaging in strategy talk? How do you feel about it? I mean, I'm personally not a fan.
That's been a bit of our issue.
Justina going with it here, and he's going to win.
Good bet, sir.
Yeah, very short stack now, about 16 big blinds. We're going to see a lot of
Move the all-in.
all-in only moves from him, I would assume. Still plenty to open though.
1,000.
Can raise fold off the stack.
They raised the blinds just this one level.
Okay. So what is it?
1K, 1K, yeah.
1K. Okay.
We're bringing 501K with the 1K big blind ante. 5 levels again here on day 2. 10 hours of poker play, of course. A bunch of breaks mixed in there as well. Make for a 13-hour day. Repeat that about 7 more times, and then you're at the final table.
Yeah. We're going to blink, and it's going to be day 15 or whatever. They did have to add an extra day this year, because I remember last year, day 7, they played till like 6 a.m. and we're still 10-handed, so they just went and said day 8 this year.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's going to be the first time, I believe, since 2010, maybe even earlier, that there has to be a day 8 to get down to a final table.
Wow.
Maybe it was even 2007, but I do recall in the past there was a scenario in which there was a day 8 prior to reaching the final table, but it's not been the case for a very long time. Of course, a great sign that the event has to keep growing in that way.
Definitely.
But it makes you worried in some way that if this event goes up to 15,000 players, we might need 10 days.
Yeah, or another ballroom. I think day 1D could end up being day 1D, day 1E.
I gotta get back on the. I gotta get back on. I've gained a few pounds, and I see like the trajectory is changing.
All right, Lang with the open ender and the backdoor hearts here.
Yeah,
half year ago.
Since then, for sure.
Gonna keep letting Hollenberg bet at this.
She says no. She says no. Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, man. Good
No
luck.
worries. Thank you.
And the straight comes in. Unfortunately, Lang's not going to get anything from Hollenberg out of this, but
Yeah, I'm in better shape than like December of last year.
wow, makes the call. I guess he's got an 8 in his hand blocking the straight, just hoping that it's a bluff, but it is not.
Doug Polk, of course, famously made a weight loss bet, had to get down to a very low body fat percentage. Came very, very close. I think within like 2%.
What was the percent they had to get down to?
I think it was 13, but I'm not entirely sure.
That's really tough to do.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the video of him going for the DEXA scan. Narrowly missed out, but yeah, looks a lot better than in the past.
By the way, if there are any billionaires out there who want to bet me $1 million to lose some weight, I'm definitely interested. I don't have $1 million at risk, but I would like to receive $1 million.
I've tried to help you numerous times, losing weight via prop bets.
Love it.
We just it never stuck.
I know.
Stretch the legs.
It's actually like a biochemical, so it's gonna like your brain's gonna be.
Because he never offered me $1 million.
Right. You're just basically trying to lose until someone puts up the big number.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have pet dogs?
Sorry?
You have a dog?
I have 2 dogs.
Oh, okay, that's a good reason to go for a walk.
True.
Christina here on the button. 16 bigs and a suited ace. Do we see all of it?
Right,
Yeah, just 15 big blinds.
I would like to invest all my chips.
First
All of
one
his
is
chips
very good.
invested, confirmed.
Second one. Ooh,
This is going to get cold.
15 and 3 nuts.
15, 9 total.
Doug Polk in the big blind with King Queen offsuit.
But you know what? Let's just go for it.
Yeah, he knows what to do here.
All right, Doug Polk makes the call. Pustina at risk here. Doug Polk with King Queen, the underdog, but still looking at a coin flip situation here for Pustina to stay in the tournament.
60-40 with a couple live cards.
All right, here comes the flop. 9-8-9 doesn't change a thing, as Doug Polk still needs to hit in order to send Pustina to the rail. A 10 on the turn would make things interesting. Turn card. The Jack of clubs.
all right.
Now the 10 on the river would make things interesting, as Doug Polk has 10 outs to send his opponent to the rail.
Doug Polk with the prepay also means he's going to get there.
River card is the 4 of clubs. No clubs in play. And Pustina gets his first of many needed double-ups. He's back in the game.
Back in the game, 30 bigs. One of the only pots I can remember Doug losing today.
Yeah, the only all-in showdown he's played.
For sure.
Goose clap.
If you're in the chat with us right now, let us know where you're watching from. Always interested to hear where our crowd is coming from.
I'm in Las Vegas, Remco.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to also like the video and subscribe to our channel if you're checking us out on YouTube. We are closing in on 450,000 YouTube subscribers. We'd love to hit that today.
How much it's like important to get like the first light in the morning for like your eye to just set.
We're doing any giveaways today?
You know what, Ben? We're closing in on 5,000 likes. When we hit 5,000 likes on the video, we'll do our first giveaway, an annual subscription, and then we'll give away some merch for the PokerGo subscribers. How about that?
Love that.
All right, here we go.
I am also a PokerGo subscriber, and I would like to win.
Well, you need to enter the chat in order to enter the raffle.
All right, I'll go get my laptop.
Doug Polk back to raising. This could be an interesting blind battle here. Persiccio with ace-8 offsuit.
I expect him to just call. Oh, yep, just call here. But let's see.
King 6-10 on the flop, rainbow. Polk hits a 6, takes command of this hand.
All right, Persiccio going to continue here.
Of course, assuming Doug will continue with basically almost every hand here on the flop. He wants to see this board mature a little bit with his ace high.
See what kind of sizing he comes with here. And his sizing is 0. Checks it back. Surprised to see that, honestly.
River card, king of clubs.
Just hoping his ace high is good at showdown, I guess.
Yeah, and if Doug goes for some really thin, which he doesn't, 6 is going to show it down.
Yep.
I was just going to say, this is the type of board that you might want to call down with ace high in a blind battle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I at the same time, when you just turn 0 equity, I would expect him to bet at it and just fold out all those 100% of hands that are betting from Doug's spot and just going to fold on the turn. But yeah, ace high is good a lot. Blind versus blind.
Ace high is underrated.
Ace high, I like having an ace. I know that's a controversial take, but I also don't hate Doug Polk.
We'll see about that.
We'll
Ben.
see. We'll see.
Oh wow, there's a stack coming here.
Ooh, new player.
120. A few greens, perhaps?
Yeah, that's some chips. At least 170.
170-ish is what I was going to guess.
Yeah.
Oh, a young kid.
Welcome to the table.
It's not Victor Blom like last night.
Playing poker.
But from behind, it kind of looks like Victor Blom. Oh, and the massage. Wow, you're all in big trouble. Feature table massage is next level flex.
Fold.
A blingy-looking wristband.
Yeah. Also, come on, take the sweatshirt off if you're gonna get a massage, buddy. Like, she can't get through all that cotton. She's gonna have to use her elbows.
So much disrespect.
I know. Come on.
I didn't do well.
Duff John with ace king offsuit, raising it up. Action on Okra. He's gonna lay it down, and this one goes uncontested.
Haven't seen Dapchian get involved in too many pots here. Hasn't run too well so far.
Yeah, it's like a game show. And now win is crushing guaranteed. Yeah. 2 million guaranteed. They already have over 3 before the last 5.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
I just think it's good that they found a way to make tournaments a little more gambly.
Right, and more fun. yeah. It's
My God, this tournament. Oh man, there's no variance here.
Yeah, not enough gamble in tournaments, right? Now we need a mystery bounties. Sheesh. All right, Christina here.
Yeah, that's
Up 30 bigs. No more shoving.
0 variance in this for sure. Fold.
Graphics are getting adjusted for our new player that is sitting down.
All right, don't
Once
abandon
again,
your badges.
when we hit 5,000 likes on the YouTube feed, we'll do our giveaway, both on PokerGo and on our YouTube chat.
Okay, King 7 of Hearts for Priscina. See it continue with the Queen Jack of Diamonds here from Okra, and the Ace 10 of Diamonds for Hollenberg. Let's just say that those two are not making a royal flush.
I mean, if you can't make a royal flush, why are you even playing?
I mean, I'm a video poker guy, so.
Jack 6-3 on the flop here. Okra flops top pair. Hollenberg still with some equity with backdoor diamonds. But of course, some of those removed here by his opponents. Bustina is going to bet with the king high as the initial raiser.
In 3 ways here, yeah. Can't really do much with the Ace 10 of Diamonds there, even with the backdoor.
Turn is the king of clubs, and all of a sudden,
Hello.
Bustina hits top pair. After that double up versus Polk, thinks potentially turning in his favor a little bit.
How big do we go to keep our jack in? Ooh. Is that a check? Oh no, he's playing with his chip, sorry. Pump fake from me, apologies.
$7.5K is the bet from Bustina.
Nice healthy bet. Don't think Okra's going anywhere though. Setting himself up for a tough river decision.
Phoenix TTD in the chat says there should be a video poker bracelet event.
Oh man, wow, good full from Okra. Just give it up there. Didn't want to face a big river decision. Respect.
Are you
Very
in?
nice
Are you in on the video poker bracelet
Of course, sorry, I was distracted by the poker at hand, but yeah, are you kidding me?
Sounds good.
I'm selling at
Have
2.0
fun.
for the video poker event. There's like an Ultimate X5 play event. Me, Hanks, and
Good
Platt,
morning.
we're in.
Leg day at the gym. Little healthy, protein-heavy breakfast. Well, the protein heavy.
Clyde
but
Maliauka.
protein-heavy.
Yes, sir.
And
A new
then,
player at the table in the 3-seed, Clyde Maliauka
Salmon chicken.
from Clearwater, Florida.
Actually, I just had like one of those protein bars. And,
Welcome, Clyde.
protein shakes.
Has results dating back to 2021. I'm just going to go out on a limb here prior to us receiving a bio sheet that he's a very young guy.
Results going all the way back to
Main
2021.
event. Feature table.
Has been grinding the daily deep stacks in the World
What a
Series of
day.
Poker.
Nice.
How about you guys? Your day going?
I do miss those Rio deep
Getting
stacks.
massage,
There's something
nice.
different
Always
about
gonna
those
get a
Rio deep
massage.
stacks.
Happy to be here, man. First main event, get to play the main.
Very nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
Florida. Okay, nice. Went to Tampa for the first time last year.
Good deal. Well, for WPT?
No, to watch the Packers versus the Bucks.
Okay, no poker.
No poker. Yeah. Packers Bucks.
First main event for Clyde Maliauku.
We're all bunning together now.
Has
man.
had a few cashes at the WSOP this year,
True.
judging by his results. Mainly a no-limit player. Plays lots of the smaller buy-in events. We might be looking at a potential breakout star here. Doesn't happen all that often that you see a young American kid coming up through the ranks, playing lots of live poker.
Less
Yeah, I think
intelligent crowds I've
a few
seen.
more than recently. We've got that guy Jeremy Becker who won like 8. I guess he's not that young. But he won, 8 dailies in a row at the win or something crazy like
You
that.
can't hear
And
you
in a
guys. He's
tough
trying
turn
to
for
say
Owens here. Had the nut flush draw, but the third queen out there isn't going to get
Man's like, "Let's
Persetio
get
to go anywhere
loud."
with the
It's
full
like, no,
house.
the offense wants you to be
Although
quiet.
Owens has been so tight,
Defense.
Persetio is certainly
Defense, you can get as
suspicious.
loud as you
I
want.
think we're just going to see a very
Then
defensive
it
call
helps you.
here.
And then it caused a bunch of confusion, delays of game. It was honestly, that would never happen in New England.
Where are you from, though?
I live in Texas, in Austin now, but
Get Zone got one more bullet in him.
anywhere. West Coast-ish.
Ooh, really small bet. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be big enough to get in. Percetio to go anywhere. Bet something like 10K. Certainly might see a fold. But it does look very milky.
Second Tony Hawk Pro Skater, sure
But
at one of the locations.
Percetio makes the call with his 9.
yeah.
Well done. He takes this one down. Owens with the respect. Percetio wins it.
How are you doing, man? Good to see you.
Did you play any events this year, Remco?
South Point Nightly.
Ooh, love a South Point Nightly.
Very juicy.
Yeah, the PokerGo podcast South Point Nightly.
I did.
Where they gave out the hats. I will say those hats. I'm not a superstitious guy, but I had like 4 cashes this summer only while wearing the hat.
Oh wow!
And I like refuse to do too much of it, but again, I might just always have to wear that hat now.
We can expect to see you playing video poker with that hat on.
Oh, absolutely, for the rest of my life.
Percetio here finds queens. Maliaku raising it up with Queen 10 offsuit, receiving a massager on the feature table to assert some dominance over his opponents.
Absolutely. Comes in with a lot of chips, getting a massage, young guy, probably talking about GTO or whatever these kids talk about these days.
The other players fold back around to Maliaku because Owens, with 3 deuce off, is not going to get involved.
And I expect this just to go in the muck. Percetio has shipped up really nicely. I think he started the day with close to 80 maybe. And he's just played really solid, showing his game up to almost 130. Really liked how he's played so far.
All business for Percetio.
Yeah.
As Yap in the chat is asking if Marcel Lusk is playing. Now that's a throwback to a player that I've been covering for many, many years, especially starting out on the scene in the Netherlands. I have not seen Marcel at the World Series Poker this year. It's not the same without him.
Upside down sunglasses.
Give a little bit. Give a little bit of your chips to me. Shout out 2004 main event. In my opinion, probably the most rewatchable main event.
That's a Raymer win, right?
Yes. Do you have a favorite main event, like to watch?
I do. I was talking about this with someone the other day. It's the one with Duhamel and Mizrachi and everyone.
2009.
2009, yeah. Well, and also that the worst beat of all time that Matt Affleck took with like 15 left. Shout out, Matt.
Yep. Meanwhile, Polk with 6s, raising it up. Okra calling with 10s, and now Hollenberg with ace-king offsuit. He's going to throw in a 3-bet. He's probably going to get Polk to fold here. Stack's not as deep.
Hollenberg with another small 3-bet. I would have expected him to go bigger and get the 6s out of there, but with this small, Polk might peel here. I actually expect him to always peel here.
How much does it play into Polk's decision making that Hollenberg is fairly short?
Not a ton, because he's going to know very quickly on the flop if he's going to continue with this hand or not. I mean, again, he's getting the right price to set mine here, and it's not going to matter too much until post flop.
All right, we're going to have 3-bet action here going to the flop.
Wow.
King Jack 6, fireworks brewing here. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Polk flops a set. Hollenberg, top pair, top kicker with the backdoor hearts as well. This is exactly the flop Hollenberg was looking for, but exactly the type of flop that might end up costing him his tournament.
Yeah, you asked how much his stack matters. Now it matters, because we're probably going to see all the chips go in on this flop.
Massive flop here for the
Wow, just lead jams, too.
Wow. Action on Doug Polk here going to get a count and verify. Of course, at this point thinking, I don't know, maybe get Okra involved as well.
I mean, SPR of just over 1. It's not a bad play from Hollenberg. He's just unlucky here.
Like 190 is right. Okay.
Polk also getting some verification on Okra's stack, who's still left to act behind.
Call.
All right.
Doug Polk makes the call. Action here on Okra. He's going to let it go, and we have an all-in showdown here. Hollenberg, top pair, top kicker. Doug Polk with a set of 6s in a commanding lead with just shy of 100K in the middle.
Gonna need runner to survive. But all sorts of interesting turns.
Hollenberg not done yet. Let's see the turn card. It
Okay,
is
now-
the 5 of clubs.
That'll do it.
That is the card that ends his World Series Poker main event. Hollenberg eliminated on day 2. Doug Polk raking in a massive pot yet again.
Nice hand.
242,000 for Doug Polk. Oh no, sorry.
Prior to receiving.
I'm like Ron Burgundy. I just read what's on the screen. Read anything that's on the prompter. Doug Polk, 340 big blinds. Wow.
Very, 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 very good flop. Not as good as he can really draw it up.
Polk among the chip leaders in the entire tournament, not just here at this table.
Card distribution for the opponent.
Right, that's what, in the entirety of the flop. It's always nice to
And
get
so
the
many
big
physical
bucks
chips.
that
Very jealous. That's
Like,
just a
it will
beautiful
be slightly
stack.
better without his backdoor flush draw. So you can still work on it, you know.
I was thinking on the flop, he could win. That's what I was thinking about.
Checking kings.
Here we go again.
Oh. There's
Yeah, with some momentum and winning these hands, and obviously just, you know, card distribution going his way, I'm interested to see if Doug really opens it up. I would assume he's not going to play any differently than we've seen him, but you never know. I think he's probably got a really good feel for the table now.
He's probably just going to be, you know, happily flopping one set every 3 hours.
Yeah. I'll take one set every 3 days. Takes it down.
Tournament poker is really the greatest thing in the world when it's going right.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
We had a debate yesterday when Karai was here, and Karai and I, and Donnie as well, all agreeing that playing a cash game sometimes feels like you're without purpose because you're just sort of winning chips, but you know there's no grand goal.
Right.
And in a tournament when things are going well and you're building and you see people get eliminated, there's a sense of competition and there's a sense of adrenaline that you simply don't get from playing cash games.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the glory. You know, there's very little glory in a non-televised cash game. I mean, paying your bills and rocking a sweet watch from all the money you made is pretty nice or something like that. But yeah, I'm with you. Nothing better than tournament poker. Nothing better than day 2 poker.
Right.
You know, or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever we're gonna get to.
Yeah. Who would know what that is like?
Not me.
Not me either. I made day 3 of a tournament once in my life.
Really?
So there you go.
I've made a couple day 4s, a lot of day 3s.
I have a lot of respect for the players at the WSOP who, you know, play tournaments every single day, and then if they bust early, they go play cash. Like that grind to me, it just seems so hard mentally.
Or the guys who they have every casino listed, and they're like, all right, well, I bust the World Series. I'm going to just pop over the win. And if I bust that, well, there's the APM at MGM. You know, some guys are going to get in 100+ live entries this summer. It's crazy. The dedication. I play, you know, a full day 1, and I need 3 days off on the couch with the dog.
Well, having a dog also makes you want to stay home more.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's funny, when I first came out to the World Series of Poker, there were Venetian deep stacks, and that was sort of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other rooms had nothing really going on.
Then they got wise.
Yeah, now everyone has a full slate of tournaments every single summer. And at first I thought, you know, there's not enough players to support all these tournaments. And now you're realizing that if they build 3 more casinos with poker rooms, they would fill up also.
Yeah, I mean, cash games especially, you just see during the summer. I mean, on a Friday during the year, on a random Friday, it's hard to get a seat in an Aria cash game. During the summer, it's like a 2-5 and 5-10 list is probably, you know, it could be 100 people deep. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So it just seems like there's unlimited demand at this point. Very interested to see if, you know, Fontainebleau or some of these other new casinos try and get into the poker game as well. Resorts World, the newest casino on the Strip. Loving the poker. But enough of that. We're focused on the World Series of Poker here in the Shoe.
It's the main event.
The main event. Doug talking about that hand, where he's like, I wonder if I can get it all on the flop, and the guy just did the work for him.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, Doug Polk just sent someone to the rail.
180?
He's having a great day so far.
He won the flip in the nicest way. Almost to our 5,000 likes. Only a couple hundred more and we'll do a giveaway. Come on, people.
Exactly right.
I believe in you.
Exactly right. The main broadcast starts tonight. The first of many late night shows. I believe tonight we have Lama Karen and Maria Ho on the call. Later, we're also going to have Alina Jad and Nick Schulman. I think Norman Chad is also involved in the broadcast. Many, many hours still to come of the main event. That show kicks off at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll go till roughly 1 a.m. tonight.
I did see someone in the chat say they've closed 30 poker rooms in the last few years in Vegas. That is true. There have been a lot of lesser poker rooms that have closed down, but I think the really nice ones that do a good job, there's no shortage of demand to play in those places.
Well, I mean, I also think from a poker playing perspective, the rooms that closed could have stayed open and still functioned well. I just think that a lot of those casinos are just putting slot machines in there because it's much cheaper.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, as we know, poker is not the money-making, number one money-making thing
right.
in this city.
I live close to the Green Valley Ranch Casino. There was always games there. You know,
yeah.
So there was always action, but they closed it down. I just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. They put one video poker machine in there and it makes more money.
Yep, sadly, that is the case.
Yeah.
But don't you worry, folks. Poker is alive and well and booming all over the country.
I like playing with spine spots. Fun. What's the thing about?
Shout out to Jason Zambricki gifting 5 PokerGo YouTube community subs in our chat.
Nice.
Much love. Okra raising it up with King Queen off. Surprised to see Owens fold the Ace-4 suited there. Do not hate on the more conservative play though.
Fold.
So close to the giveaway, folks.
Yeah, we're about to hit 5,000 likes. We're going to give away an annual subscription to our YouTube chat, and we're going to give away a voucher to pick whatever hoodie you want from our PokerGo shop. So there you go. Everyone gets something.
Yeah.
We're equal opportunists here. By the way, while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We got daily clips, content, highlights, every single thing you want as a poker fan on our PokerGo YouTube channel. If you're a real fan, you hit the notification bell. That way you get reminded every single time we have new content coming out.
This has been a fun table.
It's crazy because someone had just told me that he bluffed me with King Queen. That what happened.
Then you still didn't snap it.
Owens here finds pocket sevens.
Still, it's kind of like
raised to 2,000.
I always want to know at least how much I'm betting. I mean, I'm calling.
Mr. Malayuka here with the 9-9, the Philhelmuth hand. Obviously, he hasn't been playing with Owens too much, not knowing how tight he is. Definitely could see a 3-bet here. Looks like we're going to.
Raised to 5,500.
And I'm not sure what to expect from Owens, honestly. I'd like to see him continue, of course, but he may just let it go.
What's up, man? At all?
Owens out of position against a young player who he might presume is aggressive, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him call, but he still decides to take the conservative approach, and in this case, probably saved himself a lot of chips.
Indeed.
Figure yours was a lot higher than mine.
And his read is correct. Had a nice pair, but I figured yours was nicer.
Gamble instead.
Todd Scott with a $2 donation asking, are we getting close to the money? No, not at all. Today is day 2 ABC, tomorrow is day 2D, and then we have day 3 on Sunday, and then the current expectation is to hit the money on Monday on day 4. So we are literally just getting started, so you guys are catching as much as possible of this main event. And yeah, the money is still far away. So things such as, you know, lists of chip counts of notable players, players remaining, all that sort of stuff is going to come later in the event, because right now there are literally still about 7,000 players in this tournament.
It's crazy, and we're going to get more entries tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then Ben Ludlow busted 5 days ago.
That's true. Yeah, July 4th. You guys were all partying at Big Huey's house. I was busting the main.
All right, after this hand, we're going to do our giveaway question in the chat. If you're a regular to the show, it's very simple. You answer the question. I do a random draw to pick a winner.
Ooh, what's the question?
I'm thinking about it right now.
Okay. Deep in the tank, Remco.
Deep in the tank.
A lot of businesses pop up during COVID. People started new business. I mean, some closed, but some didn't.
For businesses, yeah, sure.
Raise and take it for WGC rider, Mr. Doug Polk.
Wow, that's a throwback.
I know. He used to have a little Mercedes SLS like coupe that had the WGC rider license plate when he was living in Vegas. See it around sometimes. But he used to play like 8 tables at a time versus Jungle and Durr and all. Yeah, I mean he's definitely one of the top heads up no limit players of all time for sure.
People are really into poker right
A true legend of the game. Branched out into MTTs, into content. He really's done it all. He's one of these guys where it's interesting. You talk about Poker Hall of Fame, and I think he's 30, early 30s still. But played the biggest cash games, had a high roller tournament success, has become a massive personality.
He's got like 4 bracelets.
Yeah.
3 or 4 at least.
One of them was a tag team, but.
Raised to 2,100.
Does he really have 3 or 4 bracelets? Wow.
Yeah, Doug's resume is really, really incredible.
Yeah.
He has...
Not to have another Poker Hall of Fame backlog discussion, but, you know.
Sorry. He has 2 bracelets and 2 second-place finishes.
Oh, wow, okay. Because I know he won the one drop.
No, sorry.
100K.
Whoa. Let me correct myself again.
Yep.
The tag team also counts. So
Got it.
3 bracelets and 2 second-place finishes. Of course, his biggest one was winning the 100K one drop for $3.6 million, beating Elke heads up.
Elke. Shout out Elke.
Doug Polk, man, he just does it all. Super impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
All in.
Ooh, here we go. Wow, okay, we were wondering if Doug was going to kind of start loosening it up. The 6-3 of diamonds 3-bet, that certainly is loosening it up.
Punished for the white
and
3-bet.
Dovchan takes down a really nice pot there, increases his stack by more than 25%.
No, there's another one. There's the first I won.
All right, here's the random question that you guys have to answer to enter the raffle.
Comes to our table, I gotta show him how.
Who's going to win the main event with what and with what hand? Who's going to win the main event and with what hand? Please let me know in the chat right now. In a few minutes, I will pick a winner.
Can I say my answer?
Yeah.
Dead versus that.
Donnie Peters. 9-8 of hearts.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I'd tend to be in terrible shape. so just something to think about.
What did you find? 3-5 suited there.
In that range. Then I get the win. Against me?
No, against you having that.
Against which hand?
Is that 3-5 suited, you said?
I had a little worse.
A little worse. He had 6-3 suited. 6 is higher than 5, I think.
I can make some straights, some flushes.
Not low.
Maliaka with King Jack offsuit.
Right back at
He's
it.
going to come in for the raise.
It's like, nah,
I wonder if that's going to deter Doug from getting out of line again. Probably not. I assume we're going to see some more moves like that.
Can do.
Guessing we're going to see a lot of Phil Ivies in the chat. Or Doug Polks.
Yeah, Doug Polk is the overwhelming majority with 6-9.
Dean Eggs is out, guys, so he's probably not going to win.
Wow, you're
three bet him.
It's because you earned it.
Some Botez, Phil Locke.
He's like, no way he's opening, you know.
Henrik Hecklin, wow. Shout out Henrik Hecklin.
Well, I got my hand caught in the
Victor
cookie
Blom.
jar,
Yeah, happens.
Magliocca heads up here against Prosecco. Ace, Queen, 6, Rainbow on the flop. Pretty good flop for Magliocca to continue on as a pre-flop raiser.
There's a good documentary on Netflix. It's called Chimp Empire.
It's Chimp Empire?
Chimp Empire. It's pretty much like pretty
2,300.
applying to poker as well. No, it's like
Chimp Empire.
It's called Chimps, obviously.
Yeah, why was
The documentary. But
You don't say.
We share 98% of DNA and some like behaviors and like it's pretty similar to humans. It's pretty much same if you come to club.
Not
Like
sure
all
what
guys,
Prosecco is
same
thinking
that
about
when you
here.
come to club, everybody's that way.
Yeah.
Go,
Interesting.
but
Backdoor
2% is
spades.
So
Get
in
some
the club,
backdoor
they
straight
feel like you're
possibilities as well.
Yeah, everybody in the club, yeah, it's that way. Like,
What's up, ladies?
6 of hearts
Alright,
pairs
yeah,
the
how are
board.
you know that
Prosecco's backdoor draws
I wanna
are
show
dead.
you this one. You see, where is the restrooms? That way, restrooms that way. It's the
But
same
you are going to
poker
see
game, you
Magliocca
know?
check a lot.
Yeah.
Young
Prosecco's
challengers
gonna
for
be able to
your,
bet at
like,
this and win.
supremacy show up. Show him where is his place.
Check.
Worse than poker, though. Because then you just run into a guy who has it.
And I'd bet a whole dollar that
Nah,
Prosecco is going to
it's-
go
it's
for it
about,
here.
like, we show you who rules are really.
Yeah,
you know, you
yeah,
think
One whole
that
dollar.
You can do it, but fuck. Sorry
There's
for
also like
sorry
a-
for Everett production.
Yeah. People at home just took the brunt of that.
If you turn some equity, easily could see him checking
There's
back,
also
but
like a
here,
stack size thing to it.
got to go for it.
Either bigger stack sits down, you got a certain
Prosecco bets and Magliocca immediately folds. Nice pickup there.
until
Yeah.
you move your table and a bigger
Again,
stack.
Prosecco's been playing
three bets.
super,
See,
super
it's
solid,
circle away.
really showing his
Until someone has
chops.
it.
And I just got a
Ultimately,
scene
it's
of
usually gonna be the guy who
Remco's
has it.
desktop, and my God, look at all those icons. We got to clean that up, buddy.
Strong
It's
strategy.
It's scary.
it's where I keep all my screenshots.
In case you need them again.
Yeah, in case I never need them again.
Doesn't matter which
They're just
way,
right there.
The chip is going my way.
Although I am the guy who has 170,000 unread emails on his phone, so I can't talk.
What if someone's trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty?
Yeah, text me. If you text me about my car's extended warranty, you got me on the hook for sure.
All right, I'm going to have 2 winners here, one from PokerGo chat. If you hear your name called, please email social@pokergo.com. Send a screenshot of you logged into your account. We'll verify, and then we'll send you your prize.
Or you can just text Remco, just DM me on Twitter, I'll give you his number.
That makes sense too because they had to start at 1. And we got delayed like 15 or 20.
But seriously, for 20 bucks, I'll give you his number.
I had to guess.
Our winner on PokerGo is Toro Loco. Toro Loco, congratulations. We'll give you a credit for our PokerGo shop. And then on PokerGo.com, our winner is Rick Stone. Rick Stone, congratulations. You get an annual subscription, so email us social@pokergo.com. Thank you all for playing. More giveaways to come.
Congrats, y'all.
We're quickly approaching the end of our stream, which is really sad. I wish we could keep going. We've got about 40 minutes left on today's broadcast, and then at 6 p.m. Pacific time, our main show kicks off.
Spicy 3-bet here from Okra with the 10-6 of spades. Love it. Great flop for Prosecco here. Nut flush draw. Not going anywhere.
Only 600, 4,000.
What about what I got?
Plenty of big blinds. I feel like in the main event, it's so easy to think you're short when you're not, just because you start with so many blinds. Like in most tournaments,
I usually play better when I'm short.
harder to make a really big mistake. Where are you from?
LA.
LA? Okay, nice.
Check.
Okay.
Where do you normally play? Where do you
Some
normally
equity
play?
here from Okra. More
Okay,
likely to see a check now.
I used to play there a chunk when they had Live at the Bike going there.
One of his outs, obviously, in Persettio's hand.
I like the bike. Commerce is like so dirty.
I'm not too crazy with that. There's nothing else going okay there.
You walk in, you're like, I need to take a shower.
Did you ever try walk in the commerce
Decides to
area?
keep betting.
No.
How big is he going to go?
It's like a floor now in the tournament, so it's a lot better. It's not out in the pit anymore.
Very healthy. I mean, this does put a lot of hands in a tough spot here.
Crime rates in all LA, like the commerce area, it's #1.
Nice.
There's also like lowest income and lowest education level.
It's a good place to bring bags of money in the parking lot.
Seems like very good one.
Christina seems to know everything.
Yeah, I mean,
And if you want to play Hunger
It's full of
Games,
knowledge.
you can run
Full of knowledge
areas
about
with an
everything.
LA crime rates.
very
Shout out
nice.
Bell Gardens,
Like 50K
California,
cash,
home of the
backpack,
Commerce
and just
Casino and the
run.
Bicycle Casino.
Very nice, yeah.
And Persettio lets the nut flush draw go. Wow. Yeah, I mean, nice continue there from Okra. Okay, he came to play today.
In a lot of cities, the card rooms are in the worst areas.
I like to guess people's decision because I'm always wrong. Like, oh, he's for sure going to check back. Oh,
I mean,
no, he
also,
bets.
Bike, it's in Bell's Garden, which is also not the best area ever.
So it's not a good idea.
Uh,
Bicycle?
It,
Down
it's,
the street
it's,
from South Central.
it's slightly better than commerce. Not
I'm
somehow.
not sure. I think they can compete.
What about Gardena?
Gardena is actually better than both of those. Yeah.
In case you're new to
Hawaiian
PokerGo,
Gardens is also in, like,
if you want the
Horseshoe
full
area.
main event experience, subscribe right now. Use promo code DREAM30 to save $30 on your annual subscription. That brings the cost down to roughly $5.80 per month.
Raise to 2,000.
Ben, is the building collapsing?
It may be. That does sound like an earthquake or like a dinosaur roar or something.
Good days living in LA.
I was born
It might be the end of days. I'm not sure.
Raise to 5,000.
Well,
If we're going to go out, at least we're doing.
At least
we're at the main event commentary.
At least we're live streaming the end of the world.
Yeah.
Good area.
Some very ominous noises in the back.
Yeah, I hope you guys can't hear that, but it sounds like this whole building is coming apart.
Yeah.
have housing
Or like
down
someone's about to start like a
in all
DJ
the
set.
casinos.
Oh, and there's music?
Doable.
Oh my God. What is actually going on here?
Oh, wow.
I mean, issue of LA is
There's
like,
drums.
live and work in the area which
Wow.
you house.
All right.
Otherwise, like,
I'm going to
traffic
go.
is
I'll be right
crazy.
back.
Yeah, please,
I'm going to
Ben-
go see what's
Ben-
going on.
Ben is going to go investigate while I'll keep doing commentary. Persettio raising it up with ace-deuce suited. Def Jam with queens, 3-betting to 5,500. Maliauka in the big line with ace-3. Oh, we can totally tell this is a kid of the Sims, whatever Landon always says. Ace-3 suited. It's going to crank it up. Maliauka 4-bet to 18,000. Action back on Def Jam with pocket queens. He only has 38,000 left behind. Can
All
probably
right.
see him move all in here.
I figured it out. That is the mayor of Flavortown, Guy Fieri,
Oh my God.
coming in for a shuffle up and deal, something like that.
Did he bring?
Sorry.
Wow,
Almost died there.
Flavortown really got into the wrong.
There was a smoke machine out there. Maybe that was it.
Did he bring sliders?
No, but he was like riding in like a little car or something, it looked like.
Was he in the same cage that Dan Cates was in last night?
I mean, it looks like a slightly bigger cage. You know, Guy Fieri is a bit more stout. But yeah, Mayor of Flavortown, about 50 feet away from us on the main stage here in the Horseshoe.
I can barely contain my excitement.
I mean, I do love a diner drive-in and dive. That's, yeah.
All right, massive pot brewing here. Def Jam makes the call with queens, and there it is.
Wow.
Deuce 5-8 with 2 spades. Maliauka 4-betting before the flop, and then hitting this, Ben.
Wait, so it was a... Okay. Oh, wow. Spicy.
Def Jam has less than a pot-sized bet behind.
All in.
Maliauka moves all in. Dufchan with pocket queens, the overpair.
Careful for these chips.
Okay, another new player to the table. Hello, hello.
I like the greens.
I mean, you're getting 4-bet before the flop, your opponent sticks it in. It still seems as though it is impossible to get away from these queens here.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of just like a, why am I in this spot? This is annoying, but I think we know he's going to call here. Although Maliauka is a equity favorite at this point with the gut shot, the over flush draw, the backdoor 3-3 draw.
And 7 comes. Now you really have a nice hand. Even? Yeah.
Or
Even
it
a 9.
It will be a little bit more disciplined and have like 6-4. It will be let's go bananas.
Yeah. 6-4, 6-7.
6-7 is like so common. 6-4 is like a little bit like sneaky hidden.
Dufchan looking into Maliauka's soul, trying to find something.
I was going to say, even if Dufchan makes the call and sees that he's got the pair versus the overcard and the flush draw and the straight draw, it is still not a great spot to be in.
No, he's behind in theory. Well, equity behind. Currently ahead.
Low, I have a flush draw. Got a fire. Guy called me down with pocket 6s.
Oh, went for the looks like I'm about to call to get a read. Pump fake there.
That was good.
Makes the call. All
All
right.
right. Dufchan all in at risk here with queens versus ace-3 of spades. Maliauka, 15 outs twice.
Going to be relieved to not see the kings or aces, though.
That's what
You know,
looking for.
he knew he wasn't going to be in a great spot.
But of course, if you're Maliauka, you're going to take this spot any day of the week after 4-betting with ace-3 suited.
Maybe you are ahead.
All right, here comes the turn card. Let's see if Dufchan can survive this. It is the king of diamonds, total blank, great card. 15 outs again now on the river, though. Ace, 4, or spade. River card. It is the jack of clubs, and queens hold up. It almost feels like a miracle that queens held up here.
It really does. Also, Dufchan, I feel like it just had nothing going today. Finally gets this spot.
On the flop,
He's got to be big sigh of relief.
26,300.
Still hearing lots of banging and smoke and drums outside for Guy Fieri. Nothing like playing the main event and having smoke machines all over.
Las Vegas, baby.
Yep. Speaking of Las Vegas, how about that sphere?
That sphere looks awesome, let me tell you.
These announcers are rough. Thank you, guest 15687655136. Appreciate that.
I think he would re-raise me with ace-3, so.
Well done on the personal apology, Ben.
So if he pushes turn, oh yeah, you would fold.
Sorry for roughing.
I've been told that we will experience the loud noises when the delay catches up.
Nice.
So can't wait to see what that's going to
turn
sound
up your,
like.
Turn up your bass.
That is a hard flop to fold queens on, with about what's in the pot in your stack.
Exactly. The kind of cards
A
there.
little more in the pot.
Set? Okay, let him have it.
That is a hard one to let go.
Raise 2,300.
Haven't heard from our boy Liang in a while. I feel like he started off real strong. Just card dead now.
Yeah, and Doug Polk has won 14 hands here at the feature table. Not surprised to see Presetcho having won the second most hands with 11. Seeing some Jeff Platt fans in the chat asking about when the table interviews start. 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's when our main broadcast kicks off. Jeff Platt will be in the mix, will be doing silent interviews, and will not be doing awkward handshakes. I've heard he's been fined by the commissioner for attempting that foul handshake.
Yeah.
Evidence of that can be found on our PokerGo Twitter page.
I did get brought in as a consultant today, not only to commentate, but also to teach Jeff how to, interact with another human being, handshake, pound. So we covered the full gamut. I think he'll be prepared today. But in all seriousness, if you have a good story of someone you know in the main, someone you think Jeff should talk to, someone that would make a great interview, definitely reach out to him on Twitter at Jeff Platt. He is looking for people to talk to today on day 2 ABC. Let him know.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, meanwhile, you have everything else, which is not doing so great. Really hoping for ace deuce. That's serious.
Every month. So I just.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have that.
Wow. Everyone right now, go to twitter.com/PokerGo. We just tweeted the first official photos of the 2023 World Series Poker Main Event bracelet, and it looks insane.
That's sick.
Like, I am not one for flashy jewelry, but this is the prettiest bracelet I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's what Guy was doing, right? Bringing in the bracelet.
Wow. This looks ridiculous. The horseshoe integrated into the front of the bracelet.
Yeah, also, what's the, you can lift it up. It's got like a secret clasp you can hide money in or something?
Yeah. Wow, like a secret compartment?
Yeah.
It looks absolutely insane. New bracelet. The new photos of the main event bracelet are just got released. Looks insane.
New photo just dropped. Hit me on the gram.
Fold.
Someone asking, is Helmuth still in? He is still in. He nearly doubled up in one hand after calling a 4-bet with 6s and flopping a boat or turning a boat or something like that. Got the guy to call off with an overpair. But did have a classic blow up last night. If you want to go to PokerGo's Twitter and check that out, it's you know, quintessential.
Yeah, it's exactly what you expect. Meanwhile, Bustina raising it up to 2100. Maliauka calls on the button. Persetio in the big line with ace-jack offsuit.
Raised to 11,000.
He makes it 11,000 to go. Persetio has been on the money every single time so far today.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's a very accomplished and smart theory player, but making great adjustments to his opponents as well. Not missing a squeeze spot here with the ace-jack off. Very nice.
Persetio up now roughly 40,000 chips since the start of play. Doug Polk still with the most in profits. 53K is what he has managed to rake in so far. We've lost 2 players here from the feature table.
Yeah, we do have a new player at Phoenix. What up, Phoenix? 185,000 chips. Haven't really seen much. I don't think he's played a hand yet.
I think this is going to be his first hand, perhaps.
Oh, okay, got it. Phoenix, pretty badass last name.
It is.
Yeah. I would fight without
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, River. Rest in peace.
I picked up on that.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Pussy, yeah.
They gotta get used to this stuff.
It's a big tournament. I don't want to bust, so I'm really scared.
It would have been an ode to Doyle if I'd come in over the top there.
Your first to act.
Yeah, exactly.
They say like 2 seconds typically, so I just give you a little bit. You're familiar. I feel like I've played this before. You an East Coast guy? Or?
I am.
Raised to 3,000.
Folds to Doug on the button. 3X's it with the 9 of clubs. And who knows? It's a mystery.
You know, Doc, I don't want to bust this tournament. This is my only chance.
He only
to get
needed
even this year, so
one card to win
stupid
that
bust
hand.
it like they do.
How much are you stuck this year?
There's tons of posts.
Thank you, sir. You have a good afternoon.
350?
See you when you get back.
350.
Your only chance to get unstuck? You can get unstuck.
Not much. There is a few chances.
back
but
again.
Not many.
Wow.
Wife is pregnant, so I'm gonna play much.
Oh, congrats, Tom.
Thanks.
$350.
It's much in Czech, man. You cannot imagine how much it's in Czech.
It's a lot of beer.
It's a few nice weeks.
Yeah, 50 glasses of good beer.
So I was around even this year, and then I played the $1 Million game. I only took a quarter of myself, but I lost 300K in just my piece in that game. I'm like, all right, keep my head down, put some sessions. I like booked all these poker trips, like lots of poker. And then like in the last 5 sessions, I'm like up a bunch now, and I have like all this poker stuff I booked, and I'm like, if I was up, I might not have booked this shit, but I'm going to Triton. Yeah.
Ooh, Doug Polk joining the Triton High Roller scene.
Wow, that's breaking news.
Breaking news.
Oh, no, you get free hotel too.
It's gonna play Triton events. That's gonna make that stream even more exciting.
Right.
Because like the tax stuff, you like can't have losing years because you can't carry forward losses. So you like have to win.
Yeah.
So when you get stuck early in the year, you just like have to go play a lot.
Yeah. Might as well fire.
Yeah.
The best part though is if you don't make any money, you don't have to pay any taxes.
Now I can't afford to lose, so like if I go smaller,
You just lose every year.
Exactly.
The IRS gets none of it.
It's a big hack.
That's a pro tip for you guys in the chat.
He's playing tomorrow though, right? Yeah. He's like a main event.
Love to hear the
tomorrow.
table talk. Yeah, we're trying to let him talk as much as possible.
He just always runs deep in the main. I don't know how he does it.
You put in a bunch of people in.
No, I only had a piece of one person. They're already out. I took a big chunk of our social media manager, put him in there. The guy that was here earlier.
Oh, that was that kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always wanted to play the main, but it's too much. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just get in there. For the love of the game.
Two people in
He
one.
lost most of his stack bluffing, so I think it was the right thing to do. Shows me this one big bluff he ran. Like, is this okay? I'm like, no, you bet way too small in the river. Like, you need to bluff for all of it here, dude.
That's what I saw in the upstream video.
Well, I know he's seen all of our stuff because he's our social media manager, right? So like, I know he's gonna do.
You can take it like rake back for company, you know?
Anyway, rake back?
Can you put it into taxes?
No.
Like a supporting the.
No, you cannot do that. Well, I guess let me rephrase it. You can do whatever the hell you want in your taxes, but I don't think that will fly and be audited.
Yeah.
I took it out of the personal investment money.
The opposite is true though if you get a big win. Everybody
Getting tax advice from Doug Polk here.
So
I'm just going to listen in.
You have to worry about taxes are when you're down a lot or up a lot.
Yeah.
Down a lot, every dollar you win is a full dollar. Or same way both ways.
I think it doesn't play anymore, right?
Ah, yes, the old get out of tax
When you're up a
makeup.
lot, you have the same tax up and
Yeah.
down, you know?
Yeah.
You're up, you're playing with somebody else's money. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool too.
If you're up a lot, you're basically just like 62% the stakes either way.
I have no idea what that
When
feels
you have
like.
years where you get up a lot early and then you can just play and not have to worry about it. Now I'm like up 100 and it's like, oh.
The guy who hit the big high-out jackpot for 6.5 million, he hit it in January, so now he's got a bunch of things to play right on.
Well, if you had a PokerGO jackpot, I think you got other things that you should be concerned about.
Talking about Tom Zanote, local grinder who hit the $6.5 million 7-card straight flush.
Oh, God.
Probably got jackpot.
I don't know about you guys.
Great
I
guy.
try and
Is he up or down
PokerGO
for the year?
early in the year, so
Very
that
much
when I
up.
have that
He didn't change his
score,
life at all,
I
is the
can
best part. He's like,
proceed
you know, he's a big PLO player, fired the 25K PLO, but you know, he's out here grinding the same stuff.
Liang and Dafchan here battling. Liang finally back in the mix. It's been about an hour and a half of him sort of sitting back.
Yep.
I feel like the implications of taxes on what stakes you should play is something that not a lot of people ever talk about. But it's like a really important thing if you're going to play for a living, like to understand like at what brackets you end up in certain areas.
Wow.
Matters a lot.
Massive river card for Dafchan here.
Yeah.
Hits Broadway versus Liang's pair of jacks. Might be hard to really win a lot of money here.
Yeah, I'd like to see him bet real small here.
Washington, Nevada, Texas, Florida, Tennessee. I think Alaska, but you would never live there. And there's
California small.
there's one more.
Yeah, they're older towns.
Top bracket in California is at 14, I think.
10K going for full value here. Don't think it's going to work against Liang, who's just been so solid.
Takes a lot of
and on point all day.
That's a confirmed yikes.
New York City's not the same. You get to pay state plus New York City tax. State's 9. Or no, sorry.
The city's so nice,
10,
you pay tax twice.
10 plus 3.5. 10 plus 3.5 in the city.
Makes the call. He's a non-believer.
Dapchan happy to show down his Broadway here and win a significant pot after.
Did I say he should bet small because he's not going to get called? No, that was a bluff.
What do we know?
What do I know?
I've never heard of it.
Nice, another nice hand for Dapchan. Definitely think about he doubled his stack already today after running real bad at the start. So good for him.
Everything's going on in New York City.
Somebody, I guess they're talking about what, having a casino now in like,
They're going to, yeah.
They gotta do it.
Doug Polk sitting on 337,000 chips. It is only day 2 of the main event. Just imagine being that comfortable.
More going to realize, and they have been realizing, just because you're like, well, Jesus says don't gamble, which of course is true, but you just give up billions in revenue by letting states just go to the nearby states. The gambling still happens, you lose it to another state. So more and more states are realizing that. I actually think Vegas is going to have some issues because of that. Like long run, gambling is going to become more and more localized. It already is. I mean, look at like sports betting, DFS, all that stuff. It's becoming more and more localized.
Well, it's like Tennessee. They were one of the last to get the state lottery.
Well, I can't win the bracelet this year, but maybe I can rob whoever wins it.
It looks sick, right?
It looks, yeah, yeah. So hopefully it's a local. I'll get the schematics of their house.
I'm glad we have it on record, Ben.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All your ideas.
This is a level. You know, I'm saying I'm going to steal it, but then I would never actually steal it if I said that, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But if you know any good safe crackers, hit me up in the DMs.
Just watch Ocean's 11 tonight to get inspired.
Typically speaking, people are more okay with like gambling, marijuana, stuff like that.
By the way, let us know in the chat, what's your favorite poker/Vegas movie? Ocean's 11 is always my go-to.
Yeah, there's no. Ocean's 11 and 13 are like.
Revenues just skyrocketing.
Hangover's a good one.
Oh, I love Hangover.
Yeah, I always forget about that in sort of the Vegas movie lexicon, but that's a great one.
As well, so it was like pretty much only upsides.
Casino.
Yes, legalizing things like drugs, gambling, and prostitution is generally
Rounders is not a Vegas movie, it's a poker movie.
I watched Rounders the night before my main event day one to get psyched. That worked out real well.
Next year you should try Rocky.
The reality is that
next year I'm going to try like,
people are going to do
I don't know,
way.
some like really sad.
There's something about Mary.
Yeah. Next year I'm going to watch like Beaches or something. Nice little like Meryl Streep sad story.
The alternative to have the illegal syndicates control them. I don't understand.
Molly's Game, Lucky You.
Oh, Molly's Game, so good. Lucky You. Shout out Matt Savage.
The original Ocean's 11 being referenced too.
I watched the original Ocean's 11 in the last year or two.
We can get away from the
not bad
kind of politics-ish discussion here.
Talk about religion.
Leaving Vegas. Shout out to producer Aiden.
What about the races?
By the way, we have poker also being played here at the table.
Right.
Perseccio with pocket fives going up against Owens, who has a gut shot.
This was business before.
You know, basing it off of the flow of the tournament up until this point, we can only imagine Perseccio is going to find a way to take a stab here.
Questionable territory.
Little does he know he's actually in the lead here, but there comes indeed the stab. Jean-Francois Ross says, with the $2 donation, the grand.
Yeah.
Ooh, good one.
Part of it's social media. It's so easy to get outraged now.
Yeah.
Wait until Twitter hears about this.
Yeah.
You know, for us from like developing countries, we don't have social media, so we are safe.
Perseccio takes it down.
Right.
Here's a look at play.pgt.com. Play free pick'em games for a chance to win your share of $5,000 worth of prizes. Go check it out right now. It's some easy questions, some fun little banter, and if you get them all right, you might get a piece of the money.
Can I just have $5,000?
It depends, you know. I don't have any kind of money like that.
Can my share of the 5,000 be all of it?
Depends on what things.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Get back to me,
the right
Aiden.
amount of freedom.
Yeah. The Diet Coke of freedom.
Yeah. Oh, we love.
Oh
we
wow,
love
Fear
Diet
and
Coke.
Loathing in Las
Oh
Vegas.
wow, yeah, that was a big miss.
I can't believe we've missed that one.
Western weaponry.
Cincinnati Kid,
Also great
The
for
Gambler with Mark Wahlberg, Mississippi Grind.
Yeah.
In Europe?
Yeah.
I'm well overdue a gambling movie marathon. Malioka here, King Queen offsuit, raising it up.
Best way to find time to watch a bunch of movies is bust the main day one. Then you have so much time. That's good advice.
Maybe instead of watching entertainment, you should be studying.
Good call.
Okra with 10-9 suited, also over 200K. What a day it's been for him so far. His set of jacks holding up against the kings.
And did Persetio fold ace-10 suited?
Oh wow, I was...
Or it must have been ace-10 off. I saw a flash of that. And but Okra doing what Okra's been doing, calling with the 10-9, and I like it.
Pustina makes the call. Let's find out what he has as well from the big blind. 9-5-3, 2 diamonds on the flop. Top pair for Okra. Still not sure about Pustina's cards.
Yeah, that 8-3 off is Davtyan's hand that's been folded, not Pustina's hand. Looks like that's 4,600 bet out by Malioka on the 9. Is it 5-3? Okra calling here with top pair. Still not sure what Pustina has. Yeah, 9-5-3, 2 diamonds here.
Thank you very much.
Pustina in the tank with an unknown
Yeah,
hand.
you gotta earn it, you know?
Having a little glitch up here in our graphics. Apologies for that.
Counted out his chips, though. Maybe it's a spot he's looking to put it all in. Oh.
Someone hit Control, Alt, Delete, restart.
I think you just take the cartridge out and blow on the bottom, and then the game will go. Oh.
Oh,
and we
Pustina
do see a
does move
shove.
all in. Malioka with the quick fold. Action on Okra here. We know he has top pair with the 10 kicker.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a count here to verify. Pustina started this hand with 33K.
And went 3,600 call, and then Pustina's all in for 30,500. Bigger than more chips than I thought he had. Okra now, no doubt, doing some math in his head, thinking about how he's doing against flush draws, straight draws. Is he getting the right price? And we...
Oh, right, we have a call, and that means we're going to see an all-in showdown. Pustina showing his cards there. Let's have a look. Looks like 7-4 of diamonds on this 9-3 deuce flop with 2 diamonds. The Czech pro at risk here.
9-5-3, so he's got the gut shot straight flush draw.
Gut shot straight flush. Well, he already made one straight flush, which was also diamonds.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think, was it like the same one?
He had 5-7 of diamonds.
Oh, right,
I'm
right.
fine with 6, you know. I'm not picking.
Very kind of you.
Any 6, he says, would be fine.
All right, so it's 12 outs here for Pustina to survive. He's got 12 outs twice, though.
This is pure gambling.
Turn card is the King of Hearts. The red, but the wrong kind of red.
Not when they're coming 6 on the river, you know.
Pustina 1 card away from being eliminated. 12 outs, or Okra is going to win yet another big pot. River card is the King of Diamonds. And again, Pustina finds a way to survive.
Too good.
Woo!
Too good. Skill game.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Tough beat, brother.
Okra can afford it.
Yeah, Okra taking it like a champ. Nothing you can do.
Gambling now.
No, I'm clumsy. I'm clearly clumsy, so we're just gonna go all in.
That seems good.
And just bink it.
Now that you mention it, whenever you start playing tend to lose. But once you're all in with a draw or pre-flop, that's a nice workout.
All right. So now our shortest stack is Owens with 47 bigs.
Getting
That's
some good flops
we're
to
pretty
put it
deep
into,
here,
though.
folks. Pretty deep.
Actually
Lots of
disappointed I was
post-flop
winning
play.
6, you know.
This is the main event after all.
6 is cleaner.
The main event. That was my Bruce Buffer impression. Tell me in the chat how I did.
There goes my freedom. Part of my freedom.
You can use it until you
Take it away.
These foreigners are taking our jobs.
No, no, it's not.
Polish plumbers.
Good point.
You're just messing your mind.
Oh, okay.
Man, try to behave.
But it was like big affair for like a Brexit. They like the social media and the government, like certain part of government created like a fear about Polish plumber. So it was like everybody was scared of Polish plumbers in the UK.
I didn't know that.
Scared of the Polish plumbers?
Going for the standard 3.5x here in the small Pusina. Suited 10-6. We're going to see a flop.
Oh, you hear the noise
Oh my
building
God.
up in the background.
Here it is.
Guy Fieri about to enter the room. I don't think we're going to be able to see it, but he's going to race into the room to present the main event bracelet.
Players starting to realize what's going on.
Players are about to get really tilted.
The hell is that noise? I like how they just did it in the middle of a level, too.
We get tomorrow off if we make it through today.
Oh my God.
What a bop. Trip 6s for Liang as Pusina dances. Wow. The dance to bet. That's quite a move to look strong.
All right, we had to mute there for a second as the speakers were about to get blown out here by this crazy
55
wave of sound.
Anytime you see a guy dance and then bet half pot, seems pretty strong to me. I think Liang raised to 16-5. Okay. And that'll do it. Trip 6s takes it down. Nice turn raise. 2 flush draws out there. Oh, here we go.
A little behind the scenes here of Guy Fieri.
That is the mayor of Flavortown, folks. My God. He's beautiful.
This is the main event after all.
Guy Fieri's. Jack Apple really going with the Fieri.
We're going to keep this audio muted here so that you guys don't get absolutely destroyed there through the headphones. Shout out to everyone watching our stream. It's been quite a stream tonight, but I just want to remind everyone that at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, the action will kick off on the main stage. As you can see there in the background, the main stage is ready. We're going to have 3 feature tables to get things started with, and I have a little bit of insight into what those tables are going to be.
Ooh.
We're going to have, let me see, we're going to have Faraz Jaka and Alex Foxon on our main table to start things out.
Wow.
Table number 2 is going to be Jean-Robert Belland. And table number 3 is going to be, let's see, it's going to be Jamie Gold with Anton Wig and Matt Woodward. So the feature tables are about to get set up.
Faraz and Alex Foxon, that's 2 of the most aggressive players ever.
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle. Very excited to see what that's going to be.
That'll be with Lon and Maria, right?
I think it's going to be Lon and Maria, yes. Tonight, Lon and Maria. And then I think tomorrow we might get Nick and Ali.
Nick and Ali. Who are that?
Yeah,
Who dat?
haven't heard them in a while. Of course,
The A team.
Nick Schulman has been playing lots of events.
Yep.
Made a final table. Pustina here.
Won a bracelet.
Deuce of clubs. Yeah, won a bracelet, of course, at that stud final table with John Manette. That was a stacked final table. Maliauka here with 8s in the big blind. Going to come along. Deuce, 7-6, 2 clubs.
Okay. Love a pair and a flush draw.
Sounds like things are finally quieting down in the main room.
Guy went back to Flavortown. He's in the kitchen. Interesting spot here with the 8s. Certainly could see him check raise here. All right, we're going to come along. And right on the turn, flush comes in.
Maliauka drawing dead here. Also decided to check, perhaps ready to give up, even though he still has an overpair. Yeah, we would have loved to have played that music for you, but then our YouTube feed would have gotten a copyright strike, and that would be very unfortunate, because then maybe we would not be able to stream tomorrow. Christina's going to make a bet here. It's going to be 9,700.
Chunky bet here, about 2/3.
Are you from Massachusetts?
And Maliauka with an overpair here has to feel all right about his spot.
Okay, yeah. I was traveling around that area, checking all the poker rooms just to understand poker up there last year.
Hate to see 0% next to your name, though.
Yeah, very, very bad situation for Maliauka. Fourth club on the river might save him some money.
Yep, indeed.
Poker is pretty bad in the Northeast right now.
Yes. Yep.
Maliauka thinking about turning this hand into a bluff, maybe?
It just doesn't have like a lot of bigger rooms and cool stuff. Like
just gonna do it against the wrong hand, unfortunately, if he goes for it here.
I was there last week.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh
Maliauka moves
goodness.
all in. This is incredibly poor timing. Pustina with the king high flush. He's still going to have a tough decision. But of course, can you possibly fold this? Should you even consider folding this?
I mean,
wow.
I'm not.
I mean, Maliauka sat down at the feature table, 4-bet with ace-3 suited, which led to an all-in versus queens. And now he is all in with 8s.
I mean, it went check call, yeah.
Wow. Pustina makes the call, and after being the short stack for the entire stream so far, the player from the Czech Republic gets a double up and then another double up, and now he's sitting very comfortably on 127,000 chips. What an insane hand.
My goodness. Well, when you can't win the hand, sometimes you're supposed to bluff, but again, should have known that he had it, right?
I mean, unfortunate timing there for Maliauka.
Yeah, Doug likes to play.
I wasn't nearly. That was a good play.
I mean, you're going to get so many hands to fold.
Turn is tough. Turn is a very tough situation for you.
Yeah.
You might actually, get an upswing ambassador deal for making a good bluff next to Doug Polk.
If you're going to be on your phone, you have to be away from the table. Just let him know.
There's a button range that I think you can Also, you don't know Blaster the Blaster over here.
Well, Maliaka's had a rough go with the feature table so far, but hey, he's going for it.
I was going to say, is it really a rough go, or is he
I think
perhaps
maybe
in too high of a gear?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably a mix of both, right?
It would've been
Again,
tough for him.
he takes a play that works a lot of the time on a very scary board. You know, Pustina's going to bet a lot of hands there for 2 streets. And, you know, the 4th club comes in. That's an under-bluffed spot, right? Especially out of position there. So
Unblocking the pairs is nice.
it's, yeah, it's tough. But yeah, too high of a gear too, a little bit. I mean, he did get unlucky. You know, he had the dream flop when he 4-bet the ace-4 spades. Got it in versus the overpair as an equity favorite. Bricked out. Just didn't work this time.
It also remains to be a fact that the main event is a 10-day tournament.
I've heard it's a marathon, not a sprint, Remco.
That's correct. It's a game of survival and patience.
Yeah.
This guy's like a
Maliaka
goddamn
trying to
cockroach over here. Can't kill him. Can't stomp him out. Comes back stronger.
Pustina now with a comfortable stack, immediately getting involved here. And guess what? Doug Polk doing a bit of joking around and then looking down at ace-queen suited. This might get a whole lot more interesting.
How much are you playing?
120-ish.
Okay, thank you.
119, 120 behind.
Thank you.
Would not be shocked to see a 4-bet here from Doug. Pustina now with some chips, going to 3-bet the cutoff fairly wide. And he does elect to 4-bet. Not too many hands you're going to flat there, if any. 4-bet or fold.
Or I take it.
Pustina happy to have more than 20 bigs for a change.
Yeah, for sure. He was down to 15K or something, I remember at the start of this level.
I appreciate that.
The 10x in this level, that's pretty good.
I think making an effort to play reasonably fast is like in the spirit of the game, you know?
Yeah, I'm all about that. Listen, you're going to 3-bet with some hands that you know you're going to fold to 4-bet sometimes. Guys who are going to then tank in Hollywood when they have no,
also, I think, like,
you know,
recreational
intention of ever calling just for
really
balance.
get
Like, I
tempted
get
by
it
a
in a
lot of
high-stakes situation or a
It's
final
just like
table
they wanna play
situation. You're going to
hands
have
and
to do a little
see
bit,
flop
but
and like-
everyone knows you're going to 3-bet with some hands you're going to fold. So just fold it, you know? We don't need to take 30 seconds to fold the ace-10 there. He knows his fold. Much respect to Pustina.
Coming up here on the end of our Horseshoe stream. Keep in mind that the action will continue on PokerGo at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on PokerGo. 3 feature tables. It's going to be a blast. Lama Karen Maria Ho on the call for the remainder of day 2. Tomorrow, Donnie and I will be back with coverage of the first level and a half of action on the Horseshoe table before we move into, once again, our main set coverage. 10-9-8 here on the flop. Prosecco with 10-5 of diamonds, excuse me. Polk flopping a pair and a straight draw. Potentially an interesting pot developing here. 4 of hearts on the turn.
You want to see a bet here for sure?
Getting better, you know. We're like not blocking the camera.
Who's the unlucky fella in my seat?
I believe that's right. Yeah. I think he was for you.
River is the king of diamonds. Prosecco with the check mark with his pair of 10s. Polk left with just an 8.
Okay.
We'll be interested to see if Prosecco goes for a value bet here.
The only one you lost so far? From original?
No, there was another guy in there.
Trying to get a call from exactly the type of hand Doug has.
Pretty good table day one. We didn't lose anybody the entire day.
Really? Shuffle the chips out around between everyone.
Polk considering making the call here.
Top had 107.
Yeah.
Second had 93, and then several of us had around 60, 65. Had a couple of short stacks. Somebody had to
Yeah,
get-
body language says he's not going for the raise.
Yeah.
You never know with a guy like Doug, but now we know it's call and fold situation for sure. Doug getting wise to the fact that his exact type of hand being targeted here. Yep.
Horseshoe takes this one down. And with that, we have reached the end of our coverage here on our YouTube feed. At 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, action will continue on PokerGO.com. It's going to be 3 feature tables. It's going to be Lon McCarron, Maria Ho, all your favorites, and of course, lots more poker action still to come. My name is Remco Rinkema, Ben Ludlow alongside me once more. Sign up for PokerGO right now to continue watching in just about an hour's time. Thank you so much, and Donnie and I will be back tomorrow with more coverage of Day 2D of the World Series of Poker Main
It
Event.
was a very nicely sized bet versus the hand I had. Because if you bet bigger, I would have folded. Put me in the blender there. I was like, either check or bet big, and you're like, here's a small bet. I'm like, fuck! I did not want to see that.